Puff, puff, pass. True crime chat rats. Y'all come on in. Welcome to the Rat House. Let's ride! Puff, puff, pass. True crime chat rats. All across the world we coming through like that. Taking all the facts, put them in a trap. Yeah, we coming through like that. Rat House, chat rats. Yeah. Rat House, chat rats. Yeah. When the scene lights up, I'm the rat in the pack, rolling deep with my rat pack down this dirt road track. We picking apart the crime, every player, every clue. Where it all went sideways, we exposing the truth. Rat House Media, every night the llamas glow, chatting cases round the fire, letting the real shit show. Players hiding motives, evidence in the files. We hunt it down relentless, turn whispers into trials. All my rats online, from the backwoods to the coast. We pull you deep in the hollow where the real stories goes. Connecting dots in the house, no loose ends, no lies. Worldwide country rats, we running these crimes. Puff, puff, pass. True crime chat rats. All across the world we coming through like that. Taking all the facts, put them in a trap. Yeah, we coming through like that. When you see the scene, better know it's the rats. Deep in the house, closing every gap, setting every trap. We sniff through the bullshit, rewrite the final act. Rat House forever, now pass that back. Now pass that back. Puff, puff, pass. True crime chat rats. All the traffic never coming through the gap. Through like that. Puff, puff, pass.
Yo, what up, chat rats? What up, people? Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to another pregame show. What up, Lubin Dubin? Me and Lubin.
Let's go in chat.
Well, no. All right. What we're gonna do tonight is nothing. We're just gonna sit here like this for 2 hours and 40 minutes now. Just quiet space. What do you think about that, Lubin?
Oh, I'm down.
You could do that, couldn't you? I feel like you could.
Yeah. I gotta get my statue pose real quick.
Oh, you're gonna statue pose the whole time? Wow, that's a lot of dedication. What up, people?
Do, man?
I know, man. If you were on video, we'd believe you, but all the goals are working right off the bat. Thank you. Lowered the goals for tonight. We didn't hit them last night. I kind of got off of there early. Lower them a little bit, but you don't have to do 5. You know, you can up it. You can up it if you want to. What up, Chatio peoples? Zach's here. What up, Zach? What up, 420? Nunya? Southie? What up? Mel Max here. Thunder. What up, Thunder? What up, Home Slice? Home Slice, pretty good new addition to the group so far.
Yeah.
So far, don't jump the gun on people, you know, especially people like Home Slice, because he could be a double agent. He could be like part of Krusty's crew, you know.
Probational period.
Oh yeah, definitely 3 years probation. What up, Angie? What's up, Tina? Little Queen. Oh, what's up, K-John? K-John in the house. And of course, Dusty kicking it off. Got a haircut 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I think it was 2 weeks ago. It's been that while. It's been a while. It's time for another one. It just doesn't look like it. What up, EJ? Oh, yeah, you know we're going to do a little bit of drama somewhere if we have time. We started listening to Turtleboy's impromptu, listening to his take on the Timcast thing, so I stopped it last night right before he started reading the paperwork. So we're going to start it tonight with him reading the paperwork. I felt like that would be a good lead in to his show tonight, whatever he talks about. So been a lot of people today. Be nice to break that fucking threshold. You know what the threshold is, living. Been chasing it forever.
The 1,000.
The 1,000 person mark is the threshold. Chasing it. Oh, what up, Lauren? Lauren, if you're bored, you can hang out with us if you want to.
All right, come up.
Up to you. Not in a big hurry. Not in a big hurry. But we are going to do some stuff, though. Which this is good. I like listening to his stuff. Plus, we made it this far with zero original content. Why would I fuck it up on a beautiful Saturday like this? You know what I'm saying, Lubin?
Right.
Just mess it up by me reading all this stuff, which I could do. But I don't want to. I'd rather listen. But I don't want to mess up the way the show has been going almost for 1 year. We are 11 days away from our 1 year Rat House Media anniversary. 1 year.
What's the date?
June the 9th.
Oh.
June the 9th. It's coming fast. 1 year on the YouTube streets for this channel, which has been really good. First 6 months, maybe not as good. But I appreciate the fact of having to grind it out to get it, because not only did it teach me about all of the stuff, it made me appreciate it more. Make me appreciate make me more mindful of the things that I cannot say on here. Because you don't want to be on here threatening people, making false accusations, all this other bullshit. Now, the little joking and shit doesn't count. But that's how these other people keep getting their channels demonetized and kicked off here. Mind your manners, and you'll be fine. Don't listen to Lubin.
Colin Albert and Brian Higgins, who are the plaintiffs in a lawsuit currently pending in Plymouth County Superior Court. We understand that you have scheduled Aiden Carney, also known as Turtleboy, as a guest on Timcast IRL on or about May 29th, 2026. We write to bring to your attention information that we believe is material to that decision and to the legal exposure that you, Timcast Media Group, may face as a result. They're threatened. That's a threat, folks.
If you didn't, I would think something was wrong. So definitely need to be like in a really consistent pattern of talking shit about Dean. Like really consistent pattern. Oh my God. My wife can't add. She got both of those numbers wrong. It's like a test. But it's coming up though.
That's a threat that you may face. You may face, you might not face it if you don't talk. If you censor yourself, then you don't have to worry about anything. But if you talk, if you exercise your First Amendment rights to platform and associate with anyone you want to do that with, then we're going to try to hurt you. You are, of course, free to host guests of your choosing. Our purpose is straightforward: to ensure that you and your counsel are fully informed of the facts before tomorrow's broadcast. So let's see what facts they mention. Let's see if they mention all the facts we just talked about. What
up, J7? What up? Appreciate it. And no, my wife's right. 6405.
Isn't she always?
21 years married. 6405.
Isn't she always right?
Yeah.
Go.
That's how you make it. That's how you make it to 21 years living. What's up, Mary B?
Hey, how's it going?
What you up to on this Saturday?
I went to a friend's kid's graduation party. So I did people stuff.
You got out amongst the humans?
I did, yeah. Now I need some ice for my ankle.
Ice for your ankle.
It was good humans, though. It was Garolyn's party. So
Yeah, I said it wrong. Convinced myself too, I think. Yep.
Oh,
1
we're
year.
finishing the bus stop live?
Yeah, we're gonna finish it. I think maybe we might finish it. 1 year anniversary and 21 year anniversary coming up pretty close together.
Oh, 21 years married?
Yep.
Toy should definitely get a trophy of some sort.
Congrats to you guys.
A month-long vacation. That's what probably is deserved.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, let's we're just gonna watch him read this. Of course, everybody else and their sister have read this on YouTube, so I'm sure everybody in here has seen it 40 times already. But did you watch Turtleboy?
Yeah, you got to listen to his rants with it, you know?
Yeah, the whole first part of the show was just one long, nice rant.
Love that.
Good. Oh, the trophy fund for the wife is up.
It's starting.
You know, the goal counts even if you go over the $5. Anything over $5 counts.
Let's get this goal, people.
We got to get the confetti.
I need some freaking confetti.
Maybe you still got your confetti in case the system goes down again.
I do. I put it in the bottom of the trophy. See?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You should be able to gather your confetti. I mean, what'd you do with the last confetti? Why'd you have to recut? You threw it.
I just threw it all over the place.
Cats ate it.
Maybe. I think that's possible.
Cats definitely ate it.
What facts have they talked about, and what facts have they left out? Let's see.
We want to do the Fetty Wap.
On April 16th, our clients filed a 14-count civil action against Aiden Carney and Karen Reed, alleging defamation, civil conspiracy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, among other claims. Anyone could file a lawsuit. The complaint, a copy of which we enclose herewith, documents in extensive and specific detail a multi-year campaign by Carney carried out through his...
Well, should I pull up Jimmy's version and let him read it to us? Is that more entertaining? Where are you? There you are.
I didn't see that one yet, so I don't know. Interesting.
Looks like Rackets did one too. That was good.
Yeah, I know Rackets kicked the shit out of me last night doing it. When does he start reading? Just looking for him to start reading it. 1 second. Got the bunny ears on, so you know there's going to be good reaction.
Cancel or because it was like tongue in cheek, and some people I don't think are getting it. There are some people I see that just like really, I mean, they really take that verbatim and they can't read any kind of nuance or context at all. So let me just share with your what they put out. And then I'm going to share with you what they said. So this came from, all I want to do is, yeah, I agree. A lot of people didn't get it. It was very weird. Very weird. It says, Tim Pool, Timcast canceled. This morning, my lawyers received notice pertaining to Dr. Turtleboy at risk of legal exposure. If we host him, the notice is attached. Under advisement of counsel, we will not host him on IRL and must advise. IRL for in real life. Someone should change it to IRT for in real time and must advise. Do not follow him or read what he is saying. And then they attach it's almost at 1 million.
That's the part that gets me right there. Everybody's like, oh, it's the Streisand effect. I know it may be like a little bit of reverse psychology or something, but is it supposed to be like really blatantly fucking obvious? Isn't it? Maybe.
Well, according to Turtleboy, it's like that's what he does. Like his
But I don't
viewers know what I mean. Yeah.
I have no idea what, you know. But that's like really, really blatantly fucking obvious.
Yeah. Like at first glance, I was like, what? That's kind of like a lot. Like, why is he
Same
yelling?
here.
Yeah, everybody remember, do not watch Turtleboy tonight, which I've
No.
already got the redirect set. So when we get ready and we go over there together later, you don't have to watch it.
Fucking
Do not
rules.
do a chat rat raid. No.
Right,
way.
he has a huge following. Then underneath, Aiden fucking drops frames too. I mean, the frame to drop underneath the posts. Brilliant. Okay.
That's bad. That's cold.
Against the rules.
Koskov, and Beater. That seems fake.
Cold.
Dear Mr. Poole, we write on behalf of our clients Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgins, collectively the clients, who are plaintiffs in a lawsuit currently pending in Plymouth County Superior Court in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, captioned McCabe et al. V. Reed et al. The action. We understand that you had scheduled Aiden Carney, also known as Turtleboy, as a guest on Timcast IRL on or about May 29th, 2026. We write to bring you your attention and information we believe is material to that decision and the legal exposure you and your Timcast Media Group Incorporated may face as well. As a result, you are, of course, free to host your guests of your choosing. Our purpose is straightforward: to ensure that you and your counsel are fully informed of the facts before tomorrow's broadcast. One pending action. On April 16th, 2026, our clients filed a 14-count civil action against Aiden Carney and Karen Reed alleging defamation, civil conspiracy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, among other claims.
41st? Woo!
God damn.
That's stacking them deep, selling them cheap. 41st, that's good. But yeah, 21 is good too. It's definitely a long time.
The complaint, a copy of which we enclose herewith, documents in extensive and specific detail in a multi-year campaign by Carney carried out through his Turtleboy Media platform in concert with Miss Reed to falsely accuse our clients of murdering Boston police officer John O'Keefe and of engineering a fraudulent criminal prosecution against Miss Reed. Our clients are private individuals. Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgins testified truthfully, repeatedly, and at significant personal cost during the Commonwealth criminal prosecution of Miss Reed. As the complaint documents, Carney's response to that testimony was not debate to legitimate criticism, but a sustained campaign of targeted defamation. He falsely and repeatedly accused these individuals of murder, obstruction of justice, evidence planting, and perjury.
So, you know what his voice reminds me of?
Traitors.
The damn driver's ed videos that you would watch. That showed like the injuries from like not wearing your seatbelt and shit. That guy that came on.
That or it's like being read from one of the colonial people from back in like 1750.
Well, I know he watches a lot of Traitors, and the way he said murder is the way that the Traitors host does, but the Traitors host doesn't in a Scottish accent. So, but it's very similar.
Yeah, I think this might be somebody from the 1750s, and that's a wig, not a bunny hat. You know,
the wig.
Oh, if your wig popped up like that, they'd burn your ass at the stake. Which?
Yeah, which?
They throw him in a lake.
Yeah, exactly. Throw him in the lake.
Allegations that are false, and that he promoted for the express purpose of financial gain from a dedicated audience he cultivated around the Karen Reed case.
I can't play the one of his again, not on these streams because it dinged me. So
Yeah, what the fuck? How does he not get dinged?
I don't know. Maybe I stopped it at the wrong point, like right when the
Yeah.
lady was.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, it got the stream demonetized.
Lubin Dublin.
Weird and shady. Weird and shady.
What's up, Miss Rosé?
Miss Rossi.
Connie's conduct was not solely defamatory. It was also criminal. He has been indicted on a series of witness intimidation charges arising from his mistreatment of our clients. Those charges are pending. Indeed, although Connie spread hatred and lies from his online platforms, he invoked his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination when he was identified as a witness in the second trial of Karen Reed.
Hi,
Connie's
Emily.
statements about our clients are not a matter of opinion or protected expression. They are factual accusations of serious crimes made without basis and causing ongoing and measurable harm to our clients' reputations, employment, family life, and safety. 2. Connie's known and documented pattern of conduct.
Oh, if Emily C wants to come hang out for this pregame, since we're not doing drama, I'm gonna put the link in the chat because you can never go wrong with an Emily C on the panel.
Never.
If we had one all the time, this would be a lot better show. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? If we had like a
Sorry, I'm not good enough for you, Danny. Whatever.
It's in addition to.
So if she replaced me, it wouldn't be as good.
No, it would be 2 or 3% less good.
See?
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Just
Sorry for the weird sounds. Fiona's making sounds into the microphone.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Nice windscreen.
Thanks.
We want to be direct with you about what Connie has done and what he is likely to do on your platform. For years, through his blog, YouTube channel, and podcast appearances, Connie has accused Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgins of being murderers. He has published their home addresses, identified their families, tormented their children, encouraged his followers to confront and harass them, pillaged
What up, Kazi G?
pillaged the town square, molested the shrines, burned the crops. He has done so while monetizing that audience.
Well, put some clothes on before you come up here. I'm not letting you up here. You just got out of the shower. Emily?
I think that's what she needs a few minutes.
You just bumped Mary B up 1 more %.
Through paid subscriptions, merchandise, platform advertising revenue, and super chats from Nan the Scam Gallagher. Building a business model that depends on the perpetuation of false accusations against private citizens. We have every reason to believe that Connie's purpose in appearing on your program is not to engage in good faith discussions about the legal proceedings or his own conduct, but to use your substantial audience, which dwarfs in his own, pat on the back there, to republish the same.
How many live viewers does Timcast do at a time? I've never watched, so I have no idea.
I don't recall.
Doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. And if he's putting more than 5,000 or 6,000 people in the room, then yeah, that's impressive.
I thought he had 10K last time I heard.
Well, that's not substantially larger. Okay, he probably has a massive replay crew too, though. So, Miss Nancy, it was hilarious.
Multiple platforms too, I'm sure.
So you got to, if you don't stay for the very ending of the ending, you might miss something. It's like a Marvel. Yeah. Something's going to happen during the credits.
Defamatory statements that form the core of the pending action, while reaching a new pool of viewers and generating new revenue. Indeed, as recently as this week, Connie has continued his defamation campaign by publicly and falsely describing our clients as cop killers and bragging that he had exposed who the fuck they are and what they did. Based on his documented conduct, any such appearance on your show presents a concrete
Talking about the chat rat Discord on chat rats? What you talking about, Willis?
risk that specific false and legally actionable statements about our client will be broadcast on your platform. 3, your platform's
Hi,
potential legal exposure. We draw your attention to the well-established principle that a broadcaster or publisher who permits a third party to defame another with knowledge of or reason to know.
Tim Cass is talking about chat rat Discord.
No, they weren't.
J7, come on, man.
You're lying.
What?
Of the defamatory character of the statements may itself be liable for the harm caused. This principle applies with particular force where, as here, the host has advanced notice of a guest established patterns of defamatory conduct. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you pick up what we're putting down, Timothy? You see, do not speak on us, for we are the law.
They're not talking about us. There's no way.
We have to get the clip down.
Yeah, where are all the fucking hate viewers at then? Where are
Yeah.
Right?
God damn. Why didn't they drop the link?
The restatement of torts
old Shane?
provides that one who repeats or otherwise republishes defamatory matter is subject to liability as if he had originally published it.
420 in the chat. What you got, Mary B?
Oh,
Still 7. I'm on the Gorilla Union.
I'll do the heavy eye.
Ooh, heavy. Ooh. No operating heavy equipment after that. Okay.
Thanks for the reminder, too. I really need this.
Nice. Get you some of that then. Dang. Yep, Gorilla Union for me. Damn it.
Ooh.
2 people left, then 12 people joined. Just couldn't keep it there, could we?
Well, at least you caught it.
Yeah, I'm memorialized it. Oh God. We always got a mole in the Discord.
There's a mole in the Discord.
There's nothing there's nothing to mole though. A bunch of people having regular conversations about nothing.
Critically, further provides that one who broadcasts defamatory matter by means of radio or television is subject to the same liability as any other publisher. Courts applying these principles have consistently held that platform's liability does not turn on whether it generated the defamatory statement, but whether it broadcast or published the statement to a third-party audience with the requisite knowledge or fault.
Yes.
In West Virginia, Crump v. Beckley Newspapers, 1983, reaffirmed the publication to a third party is the operative act giving rise to defamation liability, and that all who participate in that publication bear responsibility proportionate to their involvement and knowledge. So basically what we're saying here is, listen, you can do whatever you want, but we just told you that we are claiming this is defamatory, and now that we told you, you could be held, wink wink, to the same standard, and we could loop your bitch ass in here too. So don't you motherfucking dare. And if you don't know,
That's some hardcore language.
Don't you motherfucking dare.
I was reading along, but must be in code, like legal code that I don't understand, you know?
Yeah, he's adding in a little fluff.
Yeah, he fluffed it up just a touch.
so now you
It makes
know.
me listen better.
Yeah, just fluff it up just enough for the camera.
Basically, I want to read about this newspaper. A party's airing of another false allegations gives to triable defamation claim the Fourth Circuit held similarly in Ruba versus Food Chemical News, 1990, where the court concluded the publishers who have reason to know that they should refrain from publishing the statements at issue are not shielded from defamation actions. This shit is way too loose. Nan's Law, it's loose. We acknowledge that platforms hosting live or real-time programming. This should just fucking tell you right here what kind of asshole wrote that. Real-time programming have invoked certain defenses in this area of law, but those defenses are grounded in the absence of advance notice and the impossibility of meaningful editorial review. Neither consideration applies here. You have now received written notice, bitch, in specific and documented terms that Mr. Carney has a years-long pattern of making false and defamatory statements about
those just irritate other people.
Yeah, it's
And then they tell me about it.
yeah, and that irritates Danny.
Yeah. That's it.
identifiable private individual.
Inadvertently.
How? Private how? Those statements are the subject of active civil litigation. Listen, what did George Carlin say? If you were born on this planet, you're fucking guilty, no matter what. You're guilty just by being born here. Sorry. You now have received written notice in specific documented terms. Yeah. His apparent purpose is seeking your platform to republish those statements to a wider audience. That notice is this letter. We urge you to consult with your own counsel before making any decisions. Bungool. What we are asking, we ask that you, 1, review the enclosed complaint in full so you understand the scope and specificity of the claims pending against Mr. Carney. And 2, sorry if this is boring, you guys, but to me, this is kind of interesting. 2, counsel with counsel regarding your personal and your company's potential exposure as a publisher of defamatory content under applicable law. We hope that after taking these steps, you conclude that hosting Mr. Carney is neither in your interest nor in the public interest. It's all very like Disney villain content. We conclude that hosting Mr. Carney is neither in your interest nor the public interest. It's cunty. You know what I mean? It's cunty, kind of, for me. However, if you choose to proceed, we ask that you take reasonable editorial precautions to prevent Mr. Carney from, hold on. However, if you choose to proceed, we ask that you take reasonable editorial precautions to prevent Mr. Carney from repeating specific false factual allegations about our client. In particular, any allegation that they murdered, concealed the murder of, or framed Karen Reed for the murder of Jan O'Keefe. Our clients have endured years of harassment, threats, and reputational destruction because they did what every citizen is asked to do. Hide a body if one shows up. They came forward, told the truth, and cooperated with law enforcement. They deserve technically, they did cooperate with law enforcement, technically. They deserve at minimum not to have lies told about them amplified further by a media platform with millions of subscribers. We are available to speak with you or your counsel at your convenience and can provide you with additional documentation as appropriate. Please do not hesitate to contact us. Okay. So canceled. They canceled it. They said sorry.
All right. In the spirit of not fucking up our original content streak that we got going, let's watch somebody else do the same thing. How about that? We'll watch Ricada read it.
Yes.
Get his reactions to it. Oh, there's Emily. See, she's already gotten dressed. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. J7, where is it? I'm waiting on J7 to send me this.
I just sent it to you, or I'm trying to send it right now on.
Well, she could have just sent it on X.
I'll do it on X because Discord is, I don't know, being difficult.
Discord.
Nope, that's not what I want to do.
Oh God! All right.
How do I just send it?
Man, I did catch a little bit of this stream last night with Rackets and watching him like go over this spaces of Nina. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
All right, so This is what J7 sent me. This is can't be about.
There are people who have joined the Discord, met their significant others, they got married. I think it's like 5 couples. I can't guarantee it, but it's like winning the lottery. Could you imagine? You join our Discord server to support the work we're doing, and next thing you know, you find the love of your life. Probably not going to happen, but true story, it actually did. Smash the like button, share the show with.
Hey, you're not telling me anything I don't know. You know how many Discord.
Everyone you've ever met. Joining us tonight to talk about this and literally everything else is Alex Stein,
the pimp on a blimp. And I do want to actually say that I know people might think that you're sounding facetious, but I want to give a shout out to Ronnie Sullivan and Abel Garcia, who is a detransitioner who recently got married. They finally had a wedding in their chat rats. So it actually happened. So in the Timcast Discord, the chat rat Discord, any Discord, you might meet the love of your life. So thank you for having me.
So are you telling me they call their people chat rats?
What?
No, that's our name.
Wow.
It seems like there's another chat rat Discord because I don't know who those 2 people are, and there's definitely no one that got married in there. Unless, did anyone? Chat rats.
Yeah. They're trying to steal our words that they've never heard us say, but obviously.
Is that real life?
Alex Stein is in our Discord. And who did they marry?
Alex Stein is not in our Discord. Who said that?
Well, thanks for the shout out.
Well,
Alex is single and in our Discord. All right.
It's too bad they got a whole hell of a lot more people than me.
Wasn't your Discord like one of the top 3 in the whole world?
Top 3%.
Oh.
Most activity. But there are Discords out there with tens of thousands of people in them. I don't understand.
Who cares if they're not doing anything in there?
Yeah. They never stop doing this stuff in my Discord.
Why are you so convinced that they're talking about our Discord? Who is it? Who is Alex Stein?
He's not in our Discord. I have no idea.
Is she fucking with me? I'm just not getting it.
She's got to be fucking with you. The chat's moving too fast for me to see it without stopping it. She's lying.
Too far away for me to read.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Nikki Rackets.
She's in there saying, she says, no, Danny, dude, he's talking about your Discord, I swear.
He's not. He's definitely not in my Discord. But
ask Yellow.
Yeah, Yellow and
or Terry.
Yeah, ask Terry. He's laying around in there all day.
Terry, is Alex Stein in our Discord?
So here we go. Let's get back to this letter. And again, thank you guys so much for the super tips, super chats, and memberships. You guys are amazing. All right. Via electronic mail. Dear Mr. Poole, we write on behalf of our clients, Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgins, collectively the clients, who are plaintiffs in a lawsuit currently pending in Plymouth County Superior Court in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Caption, McCabe et al. Versus Reed et al.
Who?
Donovan's chat. Look at it.
Wherefore thou'rt thou?
It's up a little bit.
Well, I don't know how long he's been doing that.
We had first.
But I've been doing that for a year and a half, so maybe they've been doing it longer. I have no idea who they are, so I didn't rip them off. I just thought I came up with it. Now I'm going to cry.
Oh.
The action. I'll show you what the action is, losers. We understand that you have scheduled Aiden Carney, also known as Turtleboy, as a guest on Timcast IRL on or about May 29th, 2026. We write to bring to your attention information we believe is material to that decision and to the legal exposure you and Timcast Media Group Incorporated may face as a result. Now, this is a nasty and dirty thing to do. It's also not legally sufficient on its own, and we're going to talk about why. The attempt here is to inform Tim Pool as a broadcast host, to inform Tim Pool of defamation or defamatory statements that have been defamatory statements. We're going to put in quotes. These statements might be defamatory. They haven't been adjudicated defamatory. We have not had a factual analysis through a trial. There's been no admission that these statements are defamatory. And defamation has 5 elements, which we'll talk about in a second. And all 5 of those elements have to be satisfied for defamation to happen. Some people just believe a false statement is defamatory. Wrong. I can say that Tim Pool is radical, like as in 1990s radical, like awesome. I can say that. And even though that's a false statement, it's not defamatory because I'm not harming Tim Pool with that statement. In fact, I may be helping him. And sometimes he needs help, like when he needs a can of peas from the top shelf. Just having a false statement is not defamation. It must be a false statement made to a third party about an identifiable second party. So, who else? It must be false. Did I say a false statement? It must be made with the requisite, or it must cause damage. It must be made with the requisite level of fault. That last one's really...
Well, how can you say it's false when it hasn't been proven that it's false? I mean, it hasn't been proven.
Trust me, bro, it's false.
Hasn't been proven either way, but it hasn't been proven false for sure.
Right.
So it can still be considered like a viable fucking theory. It's not even an opinion. It's just a good theory.
I don't even know why someone would write this. It blows my mind.
I hope they didn't pay a lot to have this written.
You know how lawyers.
That's the only downside to it is it worked. I mean,
you know how lawyers, when they file their motions in court, how the court has to read them as if they're true on their face. I think that this is just them kind of going with that same. They don't know. That's the way they are,
His lawyers don't know the story, so they don't know. They could have zero opinion on whether or not it's false, right?
So it's a $5,000 letter.
Yeah, it is, and they're relying on the ignorance of, Tim's lawyers on this case, and that's the only reason that worked.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. Why you would waste the money? Because you're just gonna it's gonna backfire. So when he does get the other interviews that people want now to see why they wouldn't let you on Timcast, some of those people are just in it for reaction. So fuck yeah, come on here. I got fucking 30,000 viewers. Come on here. Let's see what the dramatic episodes are about.
You're not leaving Emily in the green room, are you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought you said earlier.
Maybe I dropped the link. Did I drop the link? Or did you drop it?
Yeah, but I didn't know if she came up and then you were just leaving her back there. Because I know that you smoke weed, so sometimes we forget.
I'm trying to make sure that I watch this screen. It's supposed to notify me. All right, let's get back to let Nikki Rackets cook.
Really important. And actually, so is the one before that. It must cause damage.
That's true.
Lots of false statements are made about people. Lots of false statements are made with the requisite level of fault, et cetera, and they don't cause any damage. Damage is harm that the court specifically can rectify. Usually this is done by money. Not everything is repairable by money, but here we are. So those 5 elements have to be satisfied for it to be defamatory. It may be a false statement. Guess what? You can say false statements all day long. You have the right to be incorrect. You have the right to be misled. You have the right to be wrong. You will always have the right to be wrong in America. What you don't have the right to do is to use a falsehood to cause damage to the reputation or economic reality of another person. You don't have the right to do that. That action is what the lawsuit is. The defamation is not the words. The defamation is the act of utilizing words to knowingly harm someone. It is akin to threatening someone in person in some ways. Because that action does damage in the way that you could do damage to someone, by stealing from them.
Shout out Dr. Pepper.
You have the right to be incorrect. You have the right to say the wrong thing. You have the right to form an opinion that turns out to not be true. You don't have the right to use a falsehood to harm someone else. Now, the requisite level of fault is two things. For private persons, it is negligence. The private person would be the victim of the defamatory statement. Negligence means that you didn't necessarily know that the statement was false, but you just repeated a false statement for the purposes of causing harm to someone. Okay, that's negligence. The higher standard is for public figures or matters of public concern. The higher standard is knowing or reckless disregard for the falsity. So knowing that it's false or recklessly disregarding that it is false. So, which means you had the opportunity to know about the falsehood and you recklessly avoided that opportunity. This is not merely that you had some opportunity and missed it, right? Like you missed a phone call or something and someone's going to say, hey, this is false. No. It's not that simple. Reckless disregard for the truthfulness means you had a genuine opportunity to learn the truthfulness of a statement and then you choose not to. That's that. That's called actual malice, and it has nothing to do with malicious intent. Those are different things. It's called actual malice. Just throw that in the garbage. It doesn't really help you at all. What you need to know is either negligence or knowledge of the falsity or reckless disregard for the truth. Now, that applies to public figures. A public figure is either a government official, at least in regards to any of their official duties or status, or someone who is so ubiquitously famous that they have become a household name. Easy ones to think about are people like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. These are people who you can go up to most Americans and ask who they are, and they would know. Someone like Johnny Carson. It takes a lot of fame to be a general purpose public figure. But we have another category, a limited purpose public figure. And I know that many of you know all this. But I do find it useful to go back through the elements of defamation with specificity, because as you get used to saying things and hearing things, your brain starts to gloss them. This is a normal human reaction. And sometimes it takes a specified review to go, oh, fucking wait. Yeah, no. I remember that now. That's actually, it's deeper than that, or it's a little nuanced, or it's different. So forgive me for going back through this, but this is really important. And this is directly important here. Because a limited purpose public figure is someone who has spoken about a matter of public concern. They have entered into the foray to discuss a matter of public concern, or they are part of the public concern. What's a public concern? Public concern would be anything that concerns the public. For example, a tornado. If a tornado hits a town, that's a public concern. You would want to know about the tornado. You would want to know if the tornado was actually caused by Kate Peter falling down and all of the wind that got trapped under her flab launching out and creating, a convection of air and making it swirl very quickly and then destroy several houses in its wake. You would want to know about that. Kate Peter would be the public figure, a limited purpose public figure, as the large individual who caused the tornado. This is just an example. These people are all witnesses in one of the most broadly broadcast and consumed trials that actually happened twice, with one of the craziest stories in the United States. The Karen Reed trial is about the murder of John. What's his fucking last name? Oh God, I hate this. I always feel like a poser. I can't remember John's stupid last name. It's something I know. John. I know the stupid name. Someone help me out. What's John's last name? Damn it. O'Keefe. I always mix him up with James O'Keefe in my head, which is why I resist calling him John O'Keefe. John's dead. He doesn't care. He's not offended. This is about the murder of John O'Keefe.
That's fucking cold right there, son.
Well, he cared enough to at least make sure of his name,
It's cold, but it's 100% true. He is Not worried about it at all. That's fucking funny.
Murder is generally a matter of public concern. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm concerned when someone gets murdered. I think you probably are a little bit concerned too. The closer you are to the murder, either through relation or through proximity, the more concerned you might actually become, right? That makes some sense because we're like, okay, well, now this is in my town or whatever. Every one of these people is a witness in this case. Not only.
Not yet, but we're actively watching him. I mean, he's in the pattern.
Turtleboy Media and platform in concert with Nick.
So I wanted to see if Rackets would go through it pretty quick. Yeah, we got plenty of time. So we'll get maybe one more opinion, and then we'll listen to Aiden's opinion.
Are they related to the matter of public concern?
Right, Song?
They're also participants in it. They have spoken to it. They have given statements. They have assisted with investigations. They have testified in court. They've talked. I don't know if they've spoken publicly. I would assume there's some public speaking, at least after the first trial, maybe. Some of them have made statements. Others maybe haven't. I think Jen McCabe did a whole interview where she had those crazy eyes the whole time, like she was looking at a stack of waffles. Am I crazy? Am I remembering that incorrectly? But here's a more important thing. You know what's really a matter of public concern? And this is even more important to what's going on because this is probably more on point. Corruption of government officials. Collusion of government officials and some of their family members to cover up a murder. If that were true, if that scenario meets out, if that were something that happened, that is a matter of public concern. There's no question about it. Every member of the public should be concerned by police or government corruption. Every single one. I can't think of a single person who could honestly disagree with that statement. Police and government corruption is a primary concern. Our country was fucking founded on it. The idea that our own...
He getting mad, and I understand. I'm mad too, but I've become like more controlled mad because I've seen so much of it for so long.
Well, I think the internet might expose a lot of it, like seriously expose a lot of it because the internet goes everywhere. So everybody can be in Massachusetts when it's happening there.
It's the revolution, baby.
Yeah. Everybody can be wherever they need to be to fight the corruption in an instant. In an instant.
Fucking founded on it. The idea that our own voices weren't represented, that our own taxes were paying for people to oppress us rather than enforce a system of law, justice.
Celebrity sighting. You ready? What's up, Emily?
Hi.
Hey, Emily.
How are you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. Jesus.
I appreciate that every time that you're like, we're doing a no drama stream, that you think of having me.
Yeah, it's a pretty good
reputation
to have.
Well, you'll notice sometimes if I'm doing that, I'll leave Mary B off too. And Lou.
I don't do anything.
Well, I know, but
I think behind Emily C, I might be like the second most like innocent person.
When Dean's
we take all the no drama doesn't mean innocent.
Yeah. I mean, like, but we're the least dramatic. I mean, I get into it a little bit more than you for sure, but.
Well, you were no drama campaign, so it kind of stuck in my head. I think that's what
I keep trying to tell Aiden that Drama Free is the Life for Me now offers detox, which is just like a 3-day, 5-day. You can do a 1-week stay where we just cut all the drama out for 1 week. It's a detox. It's not a lifestyle. It's just a cleanse. And that like maybe he might want that for a couple days just to reset some things.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he's forgotten what the non-drama feeling feels like. like that was a good period of his life. I feel like I think it was beneficial for him, and he just forgets that whole feeling. So he needs to detox for sure.
Exactly. You just remember like how you can have fun without the booze. You can have a good time without the drama.
I mean, you can have a good time without the drama, you know. The Shrilla stuff that he was doing, I mean, that was like not focused in any other direction, even though it got taken that way. You know?
I texted him the other night and I said that show that he had where he was like taking down Proctor and Buchanan about their Lucky interview and like showing all the receipts about how he knew like X, Y, and Z and connecting these dots. I was like, this is peak Turtleboy to me. Like, this is why I got invested in what he was doing.
Well, the first of the impromptu stream when he came out, and it was like, holy shit, he's not fucking playing. Here we go.
Exactly. And it wasn't about like, and I hate this person and I hate that person and this person sucks, because it was just telling the story of like how he knows that he's not defaming them, and
at the same time showing you the receipt for it. It's like, here it is, and this is why. There's no need to wonder. This is why. It's not a debate. You know, it's on video.
Yeah, we don't need these people on X distracting from that, you know, peak like raw coverage, you know, that he does.
Exactly.
I agree.
Also, Danny, side note, this is unrelated, but I was thinking of you because I'm getting ready for the Adam Deitch interview on Tuesday and my microphone is shit. So I ordered a new microphone and like setup thing from Amazon, and it just got delivered, and I might need to reach out to you later and ask you how I'm supposed to set this whole contraption up.
It's pretty
very
easy.
Overwhelming, and I know you're good at this stuff.
It's pretty easy. If I can't do it, Dean can do it, so.
Yeah. A new microphone is like life-changing. I've loved mine.
The thing is, this is actually a good microphone. I just don't use it correctly because I hit my table all the time and then it makes really annoying noises, and I don't talk into it. Which like I'm supposed to talk like this, but I can't do it. So that's why I got one of the things, and I don't know. I just spent a ton of money for no reason. I might return it after the interview.
If you've got a good desk, this mic arm, man, you can put it anywhere and put the mic wherever you want it.
Wait, I'll show you what I got.
Hell yeah. Show and tell with Emily C.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got that, and it might just be the same microphone, actually. Hold on.
Now you got two. Now you have two of the same mic.
No, because this one says smart microphone and interface.
Oh, okay. One of them is USB. Are they both USB? Or do you have it plugged in? Is it plugged straight into the computer or to a little sound console? Then plugged in.
No, I don't have a sound console. My goodness. That sounds professional.
That's way too far. Way too far.
I think I might have just gotten the same microphone. Now that I'm looking
Or
at
you
it.
can tell. You can tell by how much it costs. So if
This
it
one
costs
was more
than the other one,
expensive, but I think
but it's better than in sound equipment. That's how you know what's good.
okay.
So
Also,
I
it
got the
looks
more
like it comes with
expensive
the arm extension mount.
yeah, everybody gives me shit about wanting the SM7. This is a good mic, but it's only $125. So the SM7 is what everybody uses. Joe Rogan, everybody, everywhere you see it on online, people they're using the SM7. So that's why I want it. But it's $500. That's how you know it's better, and it really is. You get it, and it's like, wow.
You could just be paying for the brand, though. You know, it could be like a friggin' Gucci purse. You know,
No,
like
not really.
a better purse than the TJ.
Large bar setting when you're doing band setup, you have to have a lot of stage stuff and mics and cables and stands. And over time, you realize, yeah, the more I pay for a cable, the longer it's going to last and the higher the quality is going to be. Same thing with a microphone. So when you're kitting a drum kit, like it's in like a 9 or 10 mic kit, if you get a cheap one, the drum kit is going to sound cheap. So when you get up into the good kits and the good microphones, everything sounds like it's supposed to.
This was $350.
Yeah, so it's better than the other one.
And this was $169.
It's
So it has
twice.
to be better, right?
twice as
It better
good.
be.
It better be better.
If it's not, send that shit back.
I
Yeah.
just have to get comfortable talking into it and not hitting it all the time. Somebody even emailed me. They were like, I really love your show, so please don't take this the wrong way. But can you not make that noise that you always make with your
You
microphone?
and Mary B have that in common because her cats kick it all the time. People are like,
Yeah, they're just in the way. But if you have it on a stand, like in the right place so that your mouth is close enough to it, but you don't have to move it around with your hands, you'll be good.
That's what I'm hoping.
yeah.
Well, if I can put it onto this stand, then I'm going to return the expensive one, but we'll see. I need to just not hit everything all the time. And then I'll like move my chair and I kick it and I'm like, okay, well, I need to not do that on Tuesday.
Well, yeah, see, this one gives you unless you hit it with your face, it's not
I'll
really.
find a way.
The cable comes down the top of it, so everything's hit. So
I'm really looking forward to that interview, though. I can't wait. It's gonna be
Any
awesome.
questions you want me to ask him?
Ooh. Anybody got any good questions in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know. I did people things today. I went to a graduation party and I kind of made an announcement to ask if anyone at the party lived in Norfolk County. And there was some. So I said, make sure you vote for Adam Deitch. And they said, okay.
That's one of my biggest things is like, I feel like people who are planning to vote know who they're voting for. But the bigger thing is like, how do we get people who don't even know that this is happening? Like, how do we get people to care about a random Democratic primary election for the district attorney if they don't if they're not invested in this world?
Yeah. So even like they might not have even done it, but now that I've said it, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm doing nothing today. So I might as well go cast that vote that she said. Yeah. They're like, oh, we've seen some signs around. I'm like, yeah, we can't get Greg Connor into the DA's office or else there'll just be more corruption. They're like, okay.
So, Emily, what do you think about all of this Timcast stuff? It's kind of like out of the blue. I was just gonna look and watch the show, and then I was at work, and I was like, "What is going on? Why is Turtleboy going live?"
I mean, I think it's not surprising at all. I think it's just like par for the course with these people. I guess it was a little surprising to see that they actually responded to the threats. But now that they have this like kind of well-known attorney like Maddie, that I don't know how Mattei spells Maddie, but that's how he pronounced it in court. So I'll call him his real name. Now that they have like a well-known attorney, it's not the same thing as them just calling, like having like Julie Carpenter call up and be like, I can't believe we're having Turtleboy on. Can you believe that he said X, Y, and Z about me? Like, I don't think that they would have responded to that. But it's like now that they have this big name behind them to back them up, they can kind of get what they want. And that's unfortunate in America, especially when they're the ones in the wrong.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder.
Go ahead, Mary B.
It makes me wonder, like, what's up with this attorney? Like, what's up with their attorney? Is there like some kind of scheme going on there? Is he trying to do something like separate? You know, I don't know. It just seems sus that anyone would do this. Like when I saw that letter, I'm just like, oh, that's weird. Why would they think that's okay?
Like, is it that we just give people the benefit of the doubt that if you didn't follow any of this and you've only been told your client's side of the story and your client is saying like, this man is ruining our lives, like you would like to think that they would do their own research, which also then makes me think like they're getting paid a ton and like who's paying is.
Well, there has to be a point where they say, here's the stuff we have for you to look at to see that what's happening. So I wonder what they gave them.
Well, and I imagine that there are like the forensic room. I'll use their government name, the Forensic Room podcast YouTube show does have like a whole bunch of receipts, and they really do believe the BS that they're selling. Like they believe their own. I don't think that they think they're lying. Like, I think that they are full on invested in this. So on some level, there is some amount of like spin that you can put on the ball in this where you can make your case sound plausible.
Well, can't Aiden use the fact that Jim McKay was stalking him previously?
Well, and that's what I mean by, and then it just takes a little bit of your own research and your own digging and your own searching and your own, like even you go into like crowdsourcing polls from the trial and you say like, what was the prediction of the verdict? Like, oh, like 92% said Karen's not guilty. Like you'd think at a certain point they would want to get their own information.
Yeah, it feels like, yeah, they could lie to their lawyers, but what if their lawyers gets a copy of like his like the report from the medical examiner? Like,
Well,
okay, so he was supposed to get by a car? Wait, what?
And if they don't give it to them, that's something that he should seek out. And if he does, then they should be like, wait a second, there's something else going on.
Some sense of the fact whatever he's putting out is that he can like protect himself from getting in trouble as an attorney. He's not going to just
unless the idea is maybe there is a spin in the like legal stuff is weird and maybe there is a spin where it's like the lawyer doesn't have to care one way or the other who actually killed John O'Keefe, but can still prove some amount of like defamation or like defamatory statements outside of the like they can still prove that Aiden is like ruining their lives, even if they also took John O'Keefe's life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just by doing his show. I mean, he's not videoing them anywhere anymore. He's not chasing them, asking them questions. He hardly ever talks about them until they piss him off. And, once they piss him off, he's definitely going to talk about them.
Wait.
They hold grudges.
Didn't Johnny's Depp lawyer have an issue with something like this before his previous civil attorney before Chu and Vasquez? Wasn't one of his attorneys put on the stand and he was actually sued as well?
I don't remember that.
I never watched the Johnny Depp trial.
You did it? It was so good.
I feel like it's like a sin to admit that. Karen Reed was my first trial.
Yeah, I literally got into Karen Reed because like me and my sister were obsessed with the Depp trial and we didn't really watch trials, but she's like, this one's going to be as good. I'm like, that's impossible. And then day 11, I got in. I'm like,
sorry.
I mean, they're like good in different ways, but like it was the Depp trial that got me into trials. And I'm like, I want another trial that was as good as the Depp trial because I had COVID when it was going on. So I got to watch it. So that's how I got in.
Yeah, someday I need to go back. Actually, somebody said that we should do a squirrel school where the expert teaches me about the Johnny Depp trial.
That's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch it again. It was so entertaining.
Yeah.
But I had never even heard of like the lawyers having to take the stand or anything, if that is what happened with Johnny Depp's lawyer, what you're saying, Lubin. Like, I don't.
Yeah. It was because he was acting like as an agent for Johnny Depp at the time, and it wasn't as a lawyer at the time. So it was odd, but it was like, since he was interfering as an agent for Johnny Depp, he was able to be held personally liable for that, or something similar to that. I'm not completely positive.
Someone in the
about
chat
that.
is saying it. Adam Waldman, and he was a witness.
Yeah.
And he was acting as an agent, but he couldn't prove it. Something, I don't know. Oh, wait, we got a question for Deitch.
As you can divulge about what happened to the federal investigation that seemed to bear fruit mysteriously dried up. I know. I'm trying to figure out how I can ask that because I guess what I'm getting like a little bit too afraid of, and I shouldn't be, is to ask a question where he says like, I actually can't answer that because like that's kind of on him. This is like what's been going through my head right now is like he's doing this to try to like sell himself and put his best foot forward. Like he's not going to try to like embarrass me about a question and be like, oh, like Emily, like why'd you ask that? So I need to figure out a way to like word that. Hold on, I'm opening up my document that has my questions. I am going to ask something like this question came from Rebecca Lavoie. or a version of it where she said something like, basically, blah, blah, blah. Is it frustrating for you to watch a trial in which information that potentially contradicted what you knew was presented as fact by the feds was like spun by prosecutors?
That's a good question right there.
Nice.
Because if you think about it, and you're the DA and you've already made these deals and you've looked at all the paperwork and you get in court and you get a little surprise, you probably are pissed because you're kind of everybody's boss. Like, who the fuck lied to me?
Right. Well, and you're like, we're better than you. We just gave you all this evidence that shows that like the best engineers in the country proved that John wasn't hit by a car and a car didn't hit John O'Keefe. Like, sorry, why are we still going forward with this? Like, did you not read those 3,000 pages of documents that I just gave you? Like, you guys need a little bit more time.
Like, let me check my outbox. Maybe you guys didn't get it. I don't know.
The like longer version of that question is something along the lines. I'm trying to figure out exactly.
That's what everybody thought. They tried her again. We were all like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, and then like the same thing, we saw the same contradiction play out with the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office declining to pursue charges in Sandra Birchmore's death still to this day, while federal prosecutors are preparing for Matthew Farwell's trial. So how do you feel about that?
That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense. Are they just backing out because they're doing it? You think that's
because it's two separate charges. It's like because he could be found not guilty technically in the federal case so basically like the feds can't charge for murder. So they had to kind of like make up their own charges to be able to do it. So the feds can charge for murdering a witness. And they're doing this kind of spin where they're like, well, Sandra Birchmore is a witness and then you killed her. So they have to prove two things during the trial. They have to first prove that she was a witness to something and then that he killed her. The jury could go back and deliberate and say, like, I don't know what they're talking about with her being a witness. This feels like a stretch. Like he wasn't on trial for anything. Like she wasn't a witness. And then they could say, because of that, like we find him not guilty and then he's free, versus he could fall back on the state charges where it's like, okay, well now you're not free because you're going to trial for the state and we got you easy peasy on that one.
I mean, what is in the water? What is in the water in this area? I mean, this is that's a lot of stuff going on like over a long period of time in the same place. And
it's the norm. It's how it's always been done. It's the status quo, and it's accepted for that reason.
They're making like an actual living, like an actual really good living being officers up there. All you have to do is be fucking nice. That's it.
It's not that hard, is it?
Not a lot of people could be that big of a piece of shit. That's hard to do. It's like some bad stuff, and they do it constantly.
These are good questions. The Laura J just had that one of what was his reaction when Lally said, yeah, like it was basically like all like what we already knew already. I made a parody video about that where I was like, oh, really? Your case involved balloon knots?
That's
what Lally said in a pretrial hearing, that the Fed docs basically confirms it was actually
Law McLaughlin who said that because Lally was missing that day. So Laura McLaughlin stood up and was like, yeah, basically like said all the same things that we were like expecting it to say, like no biggie, like it basically like confirmed our theory. My first question for him is like, on the campaign trail, you've now famously said that it got to the point where you literally said out loud, what on earth is going on in Norfolk County? So what on earth is going on in Norfolk County? Fill us in.
Oh, I like it.
Good question there.
It's very cleverly stated too. That's why you're perfect for this.
Thank you. I am excited.
What's the crowd prediction for this event? I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty big event.
It's going to be a lot of haters.
Oh yeah, there is.
They're always going to get.
We love the haters. They give us views.
But politics is worse than true crime when it comes to haters. So gotta get ready for that.
Yeah, I have like a burner Twitter account. It's not really a burner because I don't use it except to go on and search my name to see what all the people who have me blocked have been saying about me. And it's actually like so funny. My like recent searches on that is like Egghead Emily. Emily C. Like Emily C. Stupid. And they're not, they're mad. They're very mad.
So you're doing that what day? Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, my parents are excited. My mom took my son for a couple hours today so that I could have time to get ready. And there he is at the door right now.
So give us a sneak peek of one of your good questions.
I just did with the what on earth is going on in Norfolk County.
Oh, I thought that you were getting that from somebody else.
No, that one I came up with. My other one is like, I mean, a couple others. Like, you recently announced that you've received the most signatures for Norfolk County DA. And then I have a little like graphic to pull up. What are you hearing from voters on the campaign trail?
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. You can interview Mary B.
Trying to
right
balance, like, I'm better if we just like chat, but I also like want to have these pre-planned questions because I'm not as good when it's like, question number 4, the last time that there was a contested election in Norfolk County. So like I have to just figure
that
out.
That was good. That was really good. Do it again. That may be a good way to break the ice in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, but these are more like conversation starters.
Good evening and welcome to the Emily C. Show. That's like what Mazza would do. That would be like if I was doing Mazza.
Yeah, that would break the ice though. You'll be fine. Just remember hospitality. Be nice, be welcoming.
Exactly.
That's what she does.
We did get to talk on Zoom, like when I met with his team to do scheduling stuff. He popped on the call and like we had a good vibe. Like
good.
Like we'll just because he started like nerding out talking about this, and then he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm going on," and I was like, "I could do this all day."
Don't stop.
Well, it might be a
the interview is live, not recorded.
Yep, live streaming. That's gonna be good. Be unique.
Yeah.
Unique to watch somebody. Because you know, watching you started with your shorts, and then you started going live, and then now you're a fucking superstar. And now you're on the political trail. Shit. Next thing you know, you'll be interviewing the next president on the Emily C. Show.
I hope not. That's too. I could do interviews for the next like mayor, governor, senator.
Well, local politics is the most important that people don't recognize. So
I
feel like the attention to go.
It's you against Mike. Always remember that.
Oh, Jesus. You're fine.
I know it's going to be fun. So, yeah, you want to watch a little bit of this video with us? Let's go back to Turtleboy.
Yes, please. Let's watch.
Do a little Turtleboy version of this. Sorry, people. We got sidetracked. It's what happens here. This is not one of those good shows where anything matters. So, here we go.
Miss Reed, to falsely accuse our clients of murdering Boston police officer John O'Keefe and of engineering a fraudulent criminal prosecution against Miss Reed. Yes, I did. I did not falsely accuse them of anything, but I absolutely talked about the fraudulent criminal prosecution against Karen Reed. Our clients are private individuals. They're not, though. Brian Albert is a well-known, decorated dude and a Boston police sergeant who was starring in a TV series with Donnie Wahlberg called Boston's Finest. Brian Higgins is a self-described decorated dude who has been honored by the governor for his work as an ATF agent. They're not just random people. They testified truthfully, except they didn't testify truthfully. Except if you believe they testified truthfully, then Brian Higgins and Brian Albert both told police that they went to bed, that they were sleeping by 2:00 a.m. that night. Except the FBI found phone calls between them at 2:22 a.m. when they were both supposedly sleeping. But don't worry, they have.
You see that? So you got any Turtleboy questions for Mr.
I
Dash?
do. So I texted Aiden after that show the other night when he was talking about how there was one candidate that had said that they would null process charges, and then he was talking about his charges, and I asked, hold on, nope.
You sound like me. Got to do sound effects.
Like, how come sometimes your search is like so good on iPhone, and then sometimes I asked him, like, I want to ask Deitch about your charges in a way that doesn't sound like I'm just simping for you, but like phrased in a way that, like, I'm curious if he's given any thought to how he would handle your charges, blah blah. So yes, basically I'm going to ask something along the lines of the like witness intimidation charges that like Rich Schiffer faced and the rubber duckies and things like that. And it's like basically something along the lines of like Norfolk County District Attorney's Office really overuses witness intimidation as like a tactic.
It's not meant for things outside of the mafia and shit like that. It's not for
like what Melanie Little always says, like putting a horse's head in your bed.
Exactly. I mean, if you were dealing with the mafia, then yes, you need those type of fucking laws because they'll all just get not guilty, you know. But when you're just a regular guy trying to do reporting, and maybe it was over the line, but there's harassment stuff that you file if somebody's bothering you like that. But all of that failed, so they used the law as a weapon. Remember the call with the Canton 9, and the guy was like, "Who was that? I can never remember." Oh. Everybody has to always remind me, but he was calling into the police department, talking to somebody, trying to use that. And he was like, there's got to be something that we can do to arrest these people. And then he called back and he was like, look at this witness statute.
Yeah, it was Ken Mello. The one who just like threatened a nurse.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, this is the way we can go. And then next thing you know, here's witness intimidation charges everywhere.
And I feel like the part to me that I like can never wrap my mind around with these like witness intimidation charges is Aiden doesn't have any like skin in the game. Like they're trying to spin this where it's like Turtleboy was promised by Karen that he would like have the fame and fortune of 1,000 like lifetimes if he just latches on to this case. That's not true. And if that part of it is not true, then it's not the same as like a gang. Like Greg Connor said in the Note My Objection interview, like, oh, it's very similar to like gang members threatening people if they testify. No, it's not, because that is like a gang member protecting the gang, being like if you testify against my brother, I'm going to kill you. Like in the mafia, if you testify against my like uncle, I'm going to make sure you're like sleeping with the fishes. He had no alliance with Karen Reed. He just knew that she was innocent and was like.
Well, we used to watch his ride home from somewhere where he had heard about it and he was talking about it like for the first time. We used to do like the way back stuff just to find the content and follow the story path. So he like came to realization, I think I'm going to go to this hearing for Karen Reed. And that's when he got like interested in it, but it wasn't anything to do with any of that. It was like a spontaneous thing. So he wasn't in it for fame and fortune, because who knew it was going to be that big of a case at the time?
Right. And like Karen had admitted to him that she was guilty, then you already have the story of a lifetime. You have a recording of this woman who's on trial saying that she's guilty. You think Aiden wouldn't have gone forward with that story?
Yep. What's up, Dean?
Yo, what's going on?
Just hanging out with Emily C.
I see that. I Emily see that.
Oh, the antis call me Emily Blind now.
Oh,
they're creative.
Because you wear glasses?
Because I can't see that Karen was guilty in their mind.
Okay, I see. I see. But yeah, we're doing a couple of things, Dane. Just check it out. Impromptu about the Timcast RRL that got canceled because the McAlbert sent him a letter. That was pretty.
It's a really unfortunate freeze frame for Aiden. You should press play.
We always get the good ones. They can clip that right there. Claim he was doing something else in his hotel room during his impromptu.
An explanation for that. Brian Higgins claimed he butt dialed
The butt dials.
Brian Albert. Brian Albert claims he butt dialed Brian Higgins because there was 2 calls. Brian Albert called Brian Higgins. There was an answer. That was a butt dial. That was a butt answer. And then there's another phone call that lasts longer, 22 seconds, in which Brian Higgins calls Brian Albert. And that was also a butt dial on the part of Brian Higgins. And it was a butt answer on the part of Brian Albert. And how did he butt answer it? He was having sex with his wife. That's the testimony he made. I don't know.
So what was happening? I'm going to tell you what was happening, Dean. So he was having sex with his wife. They were in the doggy position, not to be too graphic. But the phone had fell in between their knees down there, and his balls were dragging across it and just perfectly swiping the answer button.
I have a question. You said they were doing it doggy, and you don't want to get too graphic. Thumb in butt or thumb out of butt? That's very important.
I think it was out. It was late.
It was late. Okay. Yeah. No, late. You never put the thumb in butt late.
No, not that late.
More likely to have shit come out for sure.
Dave, no.
Me and Danny know this because we do it. Okay.
All right. Back to the video, not back to Dean.
You're steering, Emily. Stop it.
Relate to that. I don't know if you've ever, while in the middle of having sex, butt answered your phone. If you believe that, then they testified truthfully. If you don't believe that, then they did not testify truthfully. Jennifer McCabe, we know, lied to the FBI. We know that as a fact because she admitted it. She admitted telling the FBI when they showed up at her door on April.
Yes, Dan, you got to be clean when Emily's around.
My bad.
Okay, wait. I will say though,
it's rare.
I know for sure that they were not having sex because they started dating when they were 12. They have 5 children. They were drinking all day. He drove back from New York and he didn't take a shower. You're not like, I can't keep my hands off you, babe. Like that. You started dating when you were 12. You're not having sex at all anymore, let alone that specific night.
Yeah, and that doesn't sound like a guy that a woman who loves to clean would want to bang.
She loves to clean so much, and she loves when her husband is a sweaty, dirty, disgusting, stinky mess. No, thank you. They haven't had sex since the turn of the century.
Yeah, rolling all over the
How
fresh.
old is their youngest? That was the last time.
Probably don't even sleep together.
Yeah, I probably.
Yeah. Also, that bed looked like a queen size bed. They were sharing a queen size bed.
Yeah, I know.
Dirty.
Ocean, if it makes you feel better, I've overthought everything in this case, so not just specifically that.
Well, I don't know how the butt dials happen. I think it's a ball dial. Honestly.
I don't know about the swiping.
Teabag the phone.
Yeah, teabag the phone over and over again.
Balls.
Yeah.
Just hanging there.
2023, with the federal grand jury subpoena, we know that she said her name was Nicole Albert. We know that she then went inside and called 5 people and then later told the FBI that she called 3 and that one of the people that she omitted from speaking with was Brian Albert, who lied about butt answering the phone during sex with his wife. That they testified truthfully, repeatedly, and it's significant personal cost during the Commonwealth's criminal prosecution of Ms. Reed. And here's my question. I haven't read the whole thing. I'm reading this for the first time. And they claim that this is a retelling of the facts. Did they mention anywhere in this letter that Karen Reed was acquitted of murder and manslaughter and leaving the scene of an accident? Did they mention that? That seems to be the most relevant fact. That, oh yeah, and all this, and she was acquitted by a jury. after a 31-day trial. Yeah, besides that.
I wonder why that hasn't mattered very much in filing all of this stuff. Like, she has been acquitted. Like, no jeopardy attached. Can't be tried again. We're still trying. We're in trial 3 in some of these hater rooms, Emily, that we watch in some of these spaces. We're literally in trial 3. It's like, it's not another trial going on, guys. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, and for the camp that's like, oh, they lied to their lawyers, like that's all their lawyer needs to look at. Okay, so you're saying this happened? What happened on the trial? Oh, she was found not guilty. Okay.
Did you watch Racket's version or watch him read this last night, Emily?
I didn't see all 6 hours, but I've seen portions of it.
Yeah, it took him a while, but this is a good one. So, but we are kind of watching that one too, and we were watching something else. So
he falsely.
You were watching Jimmy
as
too.
the complaint documents. Carney's response to that testimony was not debate or legitimate criticism, but a sustained campaign of targeted defamation. So says you. I disagree. He falsely and repeatedly accused these individuals of murder, obstruction of justice, evidence planting, and perjury. They did commit perjury. Kerry Roberts admitted to it on the stand.
Yeah, we can do that. Cool with that. Kind of right in the beginning of it.
Justice and protection over us was the reason we rebelled against the crown of homosexuality, King George, and decided.
I know Dean loves this. I'm glad he's not commentating.
To make a new way in a new place, a place that has remained the greatest country on earth, despite our own failings. That has remained the only system that has freedom baked into it and wrote it down and says, you can't actually change this. We're the only one. We're the longest lasting constitutional republic in this world's history. 250 years coming up, baby, and no signs of stopping unless a bunch of communist losers stop us. But this corruption of government to oppress, suppress, and punish people who didn't do anything is what we fought against 250 years ago. It is revolution worthy. Lampposts and nooses are merited when government takes the lives of its citizens for granted, takes their money with glee, and takes their liberty with a smile telling them it's good for them. And up in Canton, it sure looks like some good old-fashioned government corruption.
Shout out Dr. Pepper. I wouldn't recommend when like good legal stuff comes out and it's fresh and it's hot, Emily, going live right in the middle of all the law tubers. It's not safe. They pulled me last night.
It was fine. There was a couple hundred. There was about 300 people here. That's
What
good.
happened?
Still great.
He gets whiny about viewers.
Not about viewers. About getting my ass kicked last night.
Can we get you to 1,000 live? There's 916 here right now. Can everybody tell a friend to tell a friend?
965 is the record. 965 is the record.
We've never hit 1,000. Yeah,
I know, and we need that to happen. Hold on.
Not yet.
That would be amazing.
Can we just make it happen so that you can rip that band-aid?
No, then the threshold moves to 1,500. It's just going to be another one. So
yeah, he never stops.
that's the way the life.
Everything is a competition.
It is.
I'm literally the least competitive person ever, so you can win any competition with me that you want.
Not in competition with you, just in competition with you too. That's it. Just life's goals makes it a little extra interesting. I started that 2.5 years ago by myself because I was trying to get the first chat in the thing when it was set up and the last chat. And then last became a huge game. And now everybody plays last everywhere.
Yeah, have you seen last, Emily, in the chat?
No.
So at the end of streams, you don't want me to tell her?
Yeah, everybody battles to get the last comment before it cuts off. So,
Once you left Once you left me and a couple people when we were all going over to Aiden's show, and it was just who was there with me. It was like the fun. I was laughing so hard. I don't know why it was so funny. Oh my gosh, who was there? We were the only ones left, just still chatting in your chat.
Redirected to take you anyway?
It didn't it only didn't redirect like a couple of us, and it also didn't like turn off. So we were just still there in the chat for like a while.
That's you can't put that many people on a short bus, you know.
If that were happening, all 4 of the people in this letter are limited purpose public figures, which means critically that anyone talking about them to have a statement become defamatory must be speaking with actual malice, as in they must have knowledge that their statements are false, or they must recklessly disregard the truth. This is very complicated in the Karen Reed case because Karen Reed was found unanimously not guilty. Unanimously not guilty, and not just by technicality, not because of insufficiency of prosecution or a procedural issue, but because the forensic data does not support the idea that she struck John with a car. So she didn't kill him. Period. There's no argument here. There's no, well, maybe. No. The conclusion and the accusation by the state is that she murdered John by backing up intentionally.
Emily, I really wanted to be on Squirrel School with you the other night when you were talking about the sitting in front of the house, like the time it's supposed to happen. That gets me every time. I could do 50 shows on it. Just so ridiculous that we don't know what happened. Like that theory makes no sense about 10 different ways. It's too cold. Oh my God, I'm not even going to get started.
Intentionally or recklessly drunkenly into him with an SUV. They made that accusation sans evidence. But they made it, and they could not prove it, not just beyond a reasonable doubt. They could barely sustain the action as it was. It took a corrupt judge, Bev Canone, who should have
and a bunch of sneaky ass fucking grand juries where they get to say whatever they want without any opposition. It's just, that's not even a smart way to go anymore.
Accused herself from that case due to relationships with some of the witnesses or some of the witnesses' immediate family. I believe some children called her Auntie Bev even. She should have recused herself, but she stayed in, put her fingers on the scale over and over and over, illegally allowing evidence from the state and illegally keeping evidence that Karen's team wanted to bring in, holding ARCA, a government, a federally respected crash reconstruction firm, holding them to a higher standard and an impossible standard of discovery and evidence preservation that no one else is held to in an attempt to keep out the truth about what happened that day. And still 12 people sat there and said, not guilty, 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 not fucking guilty. 12 people found her not guilty. She is, by definition, innocent. She is, by definition, not the murderer. And the reason I bring this up is important. Someone else is. Someone else is. Or someone's else is. And it is not only reasonable, but it is to be goddamn expected that we would want to know who that someone or those someones is or are.
Yeah, but how can we do that with such a poor investigation? There's nothing to look back on. There's, it's just ridiculous. Now that you've disproven their theory of the car, what's the other theory? You have to have another theory. So where does your theory take you? It would take you in the house, no doubt. It would have to. It's not going to take you to the neighbor's house.
Maybe a pack of wolves.
Well, I mean, you would start 80 feet away at the house that was full of people. Somebody knows something. If they would have pressured somebody right there in the beginning, somebody might have just given it up. You know? But then there's always the possibility it was just an accident he did to himself somehow. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, They would have just called the ambulance, maybe gotten him help.
Well, we'll never know now because such a shitty investment. I mean, how much caution tape? Just tape it up around the trees in the house and don't touch anything.
But
for
it's
a week.
windy.
It was windy. The wind was blowing.
The wind would blow it down. Okay.
It wouldn't stay.
Well, you could have cordoned it off and just left the whole area so we could see where that taillight was after the snow.
Or maybe
melted.
just someone being like, hey, don't step there.
But instead, we got Trooper Paul and a crayon diagram that says, follow the linear path.
No, it turns out Trooper Paul was the smartest one they had.
I know.
Like even Judd Welcher used his research.
Judd Welcher. If I lean just so into the car, you can see that the taillight would hit right in that spot.
I got yelled at by yesterday's news, my new name for Tuesday Gazette, about not respecting that experiment.
How could you respect that experiment?
He bought John's underwear.
Emily,
Like-
are you not aware that? And are you not aware that? And no, I'm aware of all those things. I still think it's stupid. Yesterday's news. Thank you very much.
Why did he need to buy the same underwear? I don't understand.
Wait, oh my God. Can we talk about what Boston 71 just said? Because Mary B, did you hear the meteor today?
No. So I was at a graduation party and someone else said that like someone had said something about it. And I'm like, I didn't hear
It was
anything.
the craziest thing. I texted my next door neighbor like exactly at whatever time, exactly at 2:11 p.m. I was like, was that just thunder? My whole house just shook. And she's like, I didn't hear it. I had the vacuum on. And I thought I was like going crazy. It turns out it was a meteor.
That's not good. There's going to be aliens in there. Tell DJ to look into it.
And they can't find the meteor. Like they're like, we don't know where it landed. Like
how do
there
they
should be
know?
broken
Well-
pieces. It's crazy. Yeah, it was this craziest thing though. My house literally shook.
You know why they want you to find it publicly? Because if you find it privately, it's worth a lot of money. The smallest meteor rock, if you find one, I think I've seen it on Science Channel. They're really expensive. So there's these groups of people that travel around trying to find meteorites.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
then
find
it
them
didn't
in
land
like Antarctica.
in my backyard because there's nobody here.
So there'll probably be a documentary or like a show on the meteor finders.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy. It was like the loudest. And it was so today's also freezing here. It's like 42 degrees. So I had just turned my heat on and I thought I like blew up my house. Like I started to convince myself that like, oh my God, like, cause we had the air conditioning on a few days ago and then I just turned the heat on, like my heater probably like exploded. I was like tiptoeing downstairs. I was so scared I was going to go down and like the whole like basement was going to be exploded. And like my dog was being weird and like following me around. I was like, oh my God, like I just like ruined our house. And then it turns out it was actually like the aliens ruined the world.
Yeah,
That's
I definitely would have thought it was an apocalypse and gotten excited.
Yeah.
I think that's what you call a
Also, you're
sonic.
up to 940. What's your record? Can we get some more? Everybody tell a friend to tell a friend. What's your
We
record?
were just about to be to 9664, and I thought about it and noticed it, and 20 people left instantly. So
It's because I was talking about aliens. Come
didn't
back.
say anything. Didn't even say anything. I don't know.
It's
It
my
was just a quick
fault.
alien talk. That's all.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's
no.
your fault that there's more people here anyway.
You got to do what you do. You can't. You just got to ignore it. It's fun. This cat, you see that? Hear that noise? I'm not going to damper it because everybody wanted me to have the cat. Now she's zooming around in here.
She's a kitten. She's just a little
That's
baby.
cute.
I don't know what she's doing back there, but she's on it.
Little Mabel.
We are allowed
All this stuff falls down. It's the cat y'all made me rescue's fault.
to speculate. We are allowed to draw conclusions. We are allowed to look at the dog bite on his arm and say, that looks like a dog bite. We are allowed to look at the wound on the back of his head and say, that looks like maybe he fell on some concrete or was clocked by something heavy. We are allowed to say that it's really fucking weird that none of the cops involved in a murder scene were investigated, that their houses weren't searched, that their cameras weren't searched, that the dog wasn't searched. We are allowed to wonder what the fuck is going on in that kooky forensics lab that the state hired because they knew the ARCA conclusions weren't right. We are allowed to wonder why that kind of cute but still chubby chick changed her story.
Yes, if you got legitimate, don't send her a bunch of crap, please, Zach. Just send her legitimate questions.
No, Zach sent me an email with links to his little dog, his little Schnorky or whatever he calls it, and he said he thought that Carter might like the videos, and they were so cute. Zach has a whole other side of him.
I know. I just imagine his emails.
You just outed him then.
They're cute.
I don't believe it. Zach is my enemy.
About watching her, was it her boss or another Canton cop go into the unsecured evidence room where the car was and to find the car having changed state. We are allowed to ask questions about this. We are allowed to ask questions about Bev Canone. We are allowed to ask why people are being arrested in the street for wearing political protest sweatshirts, why people who have unanimously been praised for being peaceful and respectful get arrested roughly for walking on a part of a street that had no business being blocked off. For wearing a political shirt.
Erica
By
Walsh.
the way, you fucking cucks, we resolved this in 1969, baby. Fuck the draft. In the courtroom, leather jacket. Fuck the draft. 1969. Supreme Court says you can't stop that political speech. And here we have Canton's own little mafia shutting down speech, arresting people, treating them poorly. And we're supposed to sit by and not ask questions. We're supposed to sit by and not draw conclusions. We're supposed to look at an investigation that didn't happen. Where high-ranking police officials whose house was across the street from a murder, why their cameras were not searched, why they didn't even ask.
Where is Erica Walsh? I can't find her. I don't see her. Did you see her in the chat?
No, I was just saying she's the person that was arrested for wearing a sweatshirt.
Maybe.
I was shouting her out.
I hadn't seen her in a minute, and I had a great mod release. I don't know what you would call it. Like, well, since the great mod.
Oh, you were gonna like grant her the mod status, like with some sort of.
I was just gonna give her a mouse back if she was here. What's that?
You want to turn over the footage? Does it harm them? Where witnesses were intimidated over and over and over by the government. Where witnesses had to be assured protection by the public. They had to be assured that the people outside the courtroom would protect them from the monsters in government so that their testimony could be told. So a plow driver could say, I didn't see any of this happen.
But he did see the Ford Edge. Light and color. You're muted. Did you say something? Oh, I thought Emily was talking and she was muted. Oh, okay.
I was muted, but I didn't have anything to add to that, except that poor Lucky being colorblind, they really use that against him in such a rude way. Like the color didn't have any impact on any of this. And then in the interview when Yuri was like, thank you so much for disclosing that to us. Like, dude, it's just him being colorblind. He didn't like tell you his deepest secret.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. It's really mean when people are rude to you about being colorblind, Emily. It's super mean. And nobody here on panel ever does that. Yeah, look away, Mary B, you piece of shit.
It's just the only fault I can find in you, Dean.
Aw, well, that was kind of sweet.
All they had to add was the McAlberts drive like 85% of the Ford Edges in Canton. That's all they had to say. They've got most of them, so couldn't have been them. No way. Not at Uncle Brian's house.
This is why Knowledge of the falsity or reckless disregard for the truth is critical here in this letter. And of course, for Turtleboy's case in general, but for Tim Pool doesn't know any of this, allegedly doesn't know any of this. We're allowed to go, well, if Karen Reed didn't do it, who did it? Who fucking did it? We're allowed to ask. We're allowed to go, kind of looks like these people did it. Kind of looks like primary suspect in every murder case is the last person that anyone knows saw someone. If Karen Reed isn't the last person to see John, then whoever was is the person who killed him. And the fact that that is probably the Alberts shouldn't escape anyone and should draw our conclusions, our ire, our questions, our curiosity, our magnifying glasses, Sherlock motherfucking Holmes in your homes. And there's a lot of internet sleuths out there. There are a lot of in-person sleuths in Canton. There are people looking into all of this. And what do they say over and over and over again? Holy shit. That's what they say. The most common phrase. They all call me and tell me, every single one. I've kept a tally. Holy shit. I think maybe the government killed this guy or at least covered it up. That's what they say over and over and over and over. Every fucking person who takes a moment and looks has to at least entertain the strong possibility that that's what happened. Not because Aiden said it, not because I concluded it, but because when you just look at the facts as they are, you go, Karen Reed didn't do it. This is the last place he was. There's sufficient number of people here. And there's dog bites consistent with a dog the size that existed there.
All right. Let's go back to this one for a minute.
She admitted to lying to the grand jury that indicted Karen Reed for murder. Evidence planting. We have significant circumstantial evidence to suggest that evidence was planted in this case because there was no taillight on the lawn at 7 a.m. and then taillight appeared. And then all of a sudden a piece of glass appeared on the bumper of the car that they claimed came from a cocktail glass that was being held by John, except it wasn't from the same glass, according to the person, the criminalist that examined it. And that magic piece of glass remained on Karen Reed's car during a 40-mile back trip from Canton to Dighton in the middle of a blizzard. Besides that, I'm just falsely accusing them of planting evidence. Allegations that are false and that he promoted for the... Bro, you're not going to lie. You're not going to gaslight us, Duxbury. You're not going to gaslight us. You're not going to lie to us. You're not going to say that these allegations are false when they're not. These are truthful allegations. All of these things happened. Just because you say they don't doesn't mean that they're not. That's true. Carney's conduct was not solely defamatory. It was also criminal. He has been indicted on a series of witness intimidation charges arising from his mistreatment of our clients. These clients, Tim, told the police, Big Bad Brian Albert, 6'3", 250, Iraq veteran, big bad guy, told a grand jury that he was scared of me. In order to
$9.99 watching.
I'm so excited right now.
Crazy.
What's happened?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's finally. Excelente. Thank you,
I just
people.
screenshotted every
Congratulations,
interval
Dan.
leading up to that.
We fucking did it, Tommy. We did
We
it.
did.
We did
it.
it.
Did it. All right, back to this.
How I was indicted.
Awesome.
Because a bunch of grown men told a grand jury in which there's no
Everybody.
There's no judge, there's no defense attorney. It's just a prosecutor and a bunch of people and showing a one-sided story. And I was indicted for that. I have not been convicted of anything, nor will I ever be convicted of anything. My trial's in December. And the whole world is going to see in December, if this goes to trial, just how guilty these people are and just how right I am. Those charges are pending. Indeed, although Carney spread hatred and lies from his online platforms, he invoked his Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination when he was identified as a witness in the second trial of Kramer Reed. What does that have to do with anything? Yes, Tim, I was put on the witness list by the prosecutor in this case for some reason.
This part he's talking about right here this is when it starts to just get petty, and it's like, you're an attorney, you know better. Like, oh, he used something that is legally allowed in our country for him to not be trapped into this legal trap that the attorney made. Let's use that against him so he can't like connect with this YouTube channel. Like, it's just, this is where it starts to feel really petty.
Yeah, and it actually does. But that's what the attorneys have been doing lately. And hadn't there been a couple of hearings and a couple of little motion things on stuff lately? It's just like, really? You had an attorney write that? I've heard better comments in people's chats. What are you talking about? Paid somebody to do that because you didn't get it done. You paid for it, and like you got that for free.
In a case that doesn't really involve me, in which I was not in Canton on that day. I don't know any of these people before any of this. I was made a witness in his murder trial for some strange reason. And that reason was that when you are on a witness list, you are sequestered and you can't report on it and you can't do your shows on it and you can't influence people about it. That's why they put me on the list. They were never going to call me. They just wanted to sequester me. It was a trick. So we invoked my Fifth Amendment privilege so that I could talk about this and I could do my job, because it's ridiculous and absurd for them to put me on a witness list in a trial that doesn't involve me. He forgot to mention that. Carney's statements about our clients are not matters of opinion or protected expression. Oh, yes, they are. They are factual accusations of serious crimes that we believe that we have the opinion they committed. And measurable harm to our clients' reputations, employment.
Isn't the criteria that you believe it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you really
and that's
believe
why they have to do this extra little like legal like gymnastics where they're trying to say there was a point where Karen told Aiden that she hit John, and that is how, like, that's why they have that first part in their lawsuit, because if that part didn't happen in their fake little version, then he just believes all of these things because of the research and like everything that he found out on his own, like all of us who just heard the facts of the case and we were like, whoa, they have the wrong person. And so that's why they're trying to say, oh no, he knows that he's lying because Karen disclosed that information to him.
Mm-hmm. But actually,
just stupid.
How many times do they got to get the messages and think there's more? Like, they've gotten them so many times already. They had them for years and years, and it's like, well, what else is in there? You're the one searching. Why do you have to keep asking for it?
I haven't followed any of the stuff that they're putting out where they're like, on Aiden's phone, it said X, Y, and Z. And then they'll be in my notifications being like, well, did you see in Aiden's phone? It's like, no, because I don't look in other people's phones that are just like that's weird. If it's in it, of course, if it's in a court document, I will like analyze it to no end. I will comb through every single detail of it. But like, if you're just leaking something that like the person didn't want leaked, like you're just being like weird and voyeuristic and like creepy, and I think it's weird.
Yeah, if there was,
and I wouldn't do it to my worst enemy. Like I just think that's weird.
Yeah, they would have 100%.
Steady in the chat too. So we hit the goal and we hit 1,000 people. So we busted 2 goals. Nice. This is definitely a great community to be in. There's lots of communities you could probably get in true crime out here, but this is a good one. I think it will it will evolve as we go along to be whatever we need it to be. Because how are you going to stop all these people from hanging out with each other now? That's what's really happening.
You can't.
Lots of people are hanging out with each other. So
they've tried.
Yep, they've tried, and that's why
disappear and come back.
Yeah, a lot of them people are mad because they've been here and then they get kind of kicked out and they become, Turtleboy's worst enemy, or so they think.
Family life and safety.
Oh, you got to play the super.
Who's safety? None of these people are in danger.
Oh yeah, the super chat song. I forgot. That's when you're here, man. Dude.
You're a loser, guy.
The Nagel bagel right there. Love that. That stuck in my head because I watched that live that day, and this just
You're a
stuck.
loser, guy.
You're a loser, guy.
Oh, he sucks.
When I learned how to put these clips in here, I was like, I have to get that. That's my favorite thing. I don't care if everybody hates it. I love
Imagine looking like that and sounding like that and calling anybody a loser.
He looks like he's got like a Mickey Mouse mouth.
He's
you
like,
get
it's like from Central Casting. If you were like casting like American Pie and you're like, who's going to be the nerd? Like,
This guy.
yeah.
You're a loser, guy.
Yeah, like that's the tool that like hangs out with the cool kids and like, and
They give
really
him
they just
really-
make him like wash the jock straps. Like that's him.
You can always tell because he's somebody's little brother, and he has. His mama said, "If you go and you taking Bobby with you," and he's like, "No, I have friends," and it's like, "Well, guess you're not going then." It's like, get in the
Then
car.
he's like, fine, but you have to ride on the roof, and they like strap him
Right.
onto the roof like a kayak.
I don't know. Washing the jock strap sounds like it might be a fun job.
You'd like it, Dean.
I think so.
Yeah, he didn't like that. So
think I
if
would.
anybody
I
has
love
any openings in the jockstrap washing business, Dean's available.
None of
I
these
love
people
how
are in danger.
he's like
Their family
like,
life is fine.
looking at the phone and calling the phone a loser. Can't even like actually look the dude in the face and call the guy a loser.
I think
And then he runs away.
Somebody once said that Julie Nagel looked like Shane Gillis, and now I can't unsee it ever. And I actually feel bad about that. That it's all my brain can see.
Like how are like none of them look related.
No,
Like, tell me that that's not the most perfect spot on comparison.
I know what the mailman looks like though.
You're a loser, guy.
Their families all together still. Their employment, not my problem. Many of them still have jobs. None of them have lost their homes or gotten foreclosed. Their reputations, the damage they've incurred is a result of their own behavior. Carney's known and documented pattern of conduct. We want to be direct with you about what Carney has done and what he is likely to do on your platform, likely to do. They're trying to stop this. For years, through his blog, YouTube channel, and podcast appearances, Carney has accused Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgins of being murderers. He has published their home addresses. Their home addresses were all listed because they're witnesses in a murder case. Identify.
It's like they're trying to blame it on him in a vague, like wording game. Like, here, let's play this word game right here, and it's like, oh well, shit, this he is a creep. Like, no, it was in a fucking trial that they had to be part of because they were in the house.
Also, like you can Google anybody's address these days. I know because the trolls Googled mine and posted it, and they found my phone number and they texted me weird things. It's just like the nature of the world that we live in. If you know somebody's first and last name, you can pretty much find out anything about them. So too bad, so sad. You guys put yourself in the public eye by.
Thankfully, lately, Ed has been taking some of those accounts off. So they
But
have.
that's like something else entirely where like somebody looks up your address and fucks with you, looks up your phone number. This is all stuff from a fucking murder trial where it's like people's addresses are in court filings and it's news. It's not just people being weird and creepy.
Yeah, it's not like when they just Facebook messaged my mother-in-law. They were like, do you know what your daughter-in-law has been doing? I was like, do you know how weird it is that you sent this?
That is fucking weird.
It's weird when you answer yes. It's like, yes, we love her work.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we talk about it all the time.
They respond with a fervent song. It's like all you need.
No, they're like, actually, we're really glad that she's been doing that, so she stops talking to us about it.
Exactly.
Let her give her somewhere to vent.
Yeah, it's a good outlet for her. She's driving us crazy.
We're so proud of her.
Next time they ask that, just send them a fervent song back.
Their family members. So what? If I believe their family members are involved in this, then you're allowed to do that and pointing out the connections that their family had to law enforcement. Tormented their children. I've never tormented any children. I don't want anything to do with their children. Colin Albert's a grown man.
Tormented is a really strong word. Like
you're in a haunted house.
Slightly irritated now has become vile and tormenting. It's like, hold on, these words have like level, like definitions, and just because somebody annoyed you a little bit or hurt your feelings, that's not tormenting.
Just because you have a son or a daughter, it doesn't make them automatically children. Like I am also someone's daughter.
Yeah.
I'm just a baby.
47 years old. Leave my parents out of this. Yeah. Call the landline.
And encourages his followers to confront and harass them. It is not a crime to encourage people to ask questions. That is not harassment. We know this because two of them, Chris Albert and Jennifer McCabe, have tried and failed to get restraining orders on me, and both judges told them that my speech is not harassment. Asking them questions is not harassment. He has done this while monetizing that audience through paid subscriptions, merchandise, and platform advertising revenue. Doesn't matter. Building a business model that depends on the perpetuation of false accusations against private citizens. No, I have made money and built such a big audience on this because the message resonates with people, because I'm standing up for what's right. And I'm showing the facts, and I'm standing up to corruption. And believe it or not, Tim, people like that. You would know better than anyone. You've built your entire business on it.
I am surprised that wasn't like a little bit of fuel for them to have him on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's causing a stir, so we know we're gonna fucking have some viewers for this shit, instead of a bunch of pissed off people putting turtles in the chat all night.
It's going to be interesting to see what their next move is. Like if this is it and they were done and they're like, we canceled the show and that's that, I would be surprised. I feel like there's something else coming. This is more like a pause where they're thinking, okay, our legal team is a little bit like more cautious than we would want to be, but our legal team says we need to chill for a second. So this is our next move is public. Like if they really just wanted to cancel the show and they thought that the McAlberts were right, they would have done it quietly. They would have called Aiden and said like, hey, like something came up, we can't do this anymore. By airing out this letter, by doing the whole like, don't go follow him, don't go watch him, like there's something else that's coming after this. It will just be interesting to see like when and what and how they go about it.
It's crazy. It would be nice if they rescheduled it, took like a 2-week period for the lawyers to see what their exposure is in having it, look up the case, research his channel.
Can someone send the lawyers a picture of John's arm?
Yeah.
And be like,
and just say, hey, what do you guys think happened?
Exactly.
Yeah. He's saying that this is not caused by a car accident, and that's what they're trying to say that he's defaming about. So
it is crazy that they cancel being such a big show, though. I would think that they would already have the knowledge they need to have whoever they want on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they're hyping up the next one. The lawyers are the ones that need the knowledge.
Yeah, they just didn't know that they were going to get threatened like this.
Well, I think he said he went on. Krusty Panties did the threatening and was like contacting him or whatever, which is very believable.
They're probably used to that.
Because when it's normally, like I was saying, when it's normally like Julie Carpenter just calling from like 17 burner numbers, being like, "I'm angry," and then in another voice being like, "I can't believe you're having Turtleboy on," and the next one
sounds like something Dean could do.
"Hello, I am mad because you have Turtleboy's schedule for your show." Like they just do a bunch of voices and they think it's 75 people. Like now this is coming from a real lawyer that they're like, "Oh,
$5,000 letter." Yeah, the $5,000 letter probably was like, well, this person may have an attorney.
Yeah, they spent $5,000.
The same thing that they did to the Wilbur. but
Yeah.
they didn't have a lawyer to back them up. So the Wilbur just got a bunch of hate mail for a couple of days, and then they had the show and it went off without a hitch, and that was that.
Yep. That's crazy to follow a guy around and try to ruin everything he tries to do. It's like, doesn't need any of your support, doesn't need you to watch it. You don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, but you do it anyways so you can have an opinion on it.
And there's not just one of them, there's a lot of them.
It is. It's a lot of them. And they all like team up, you know. They all end up in the same group. Kind of like we do, but we were already in the same group.
Right.
You know?
We use our powers for good, and they use their powers for evil.
Exactly.
Avengers assemble. Yeah.
You say that like I know anything about the Avengers.
Yeah, we
I don't
either.
really either.
That's what James Jackson said that we do in Discord. Avengers assemble. Like a bunch of people just talking about the most random. If you're screenshotting, you're wasting your phone's fucking memory. You need to get those out of there.
Being a truth teller. We have every reason to believe that Carney's purpose in appearing on your program. We already read that. This is it. We have every reason to believe Carney's purpose in appearing on your program is not to engage in a good faith discussion about the legal proceedings in his own conduct. But to you don't know anything about why I'd want to go on there. But to use your substantial audience, which dwarfs his own, to republish the same defamatory statements that from the core of the pending action while reaching a new pool of viewers and generating new revenue. And there you have it, folks. He said it. He said the silent part out loud. He does not want me. They do not want me reaching a new pool of viewers. They fear that more than anything. They do not want anyone knowing about. They don't want Tim Pool's substantial audience knowing about what they've done. The less eyes on them, the better. Tell them the guy never went in the house. That's what they said in a group chat that the FBI uncovered after going through their phones. Brian Albert was protected by the police chief, Ken Berkowitz, who sent a Twitter DM to a reporter from a major news station asking him to take down a tweet mentioning that John O'Keefe's body was found on Brian Albert's lawn. They did not want anyone knowing. The less eyes on them, the better. They've already been exposed in front of millions of people. They don't want millions more knowing what they've done. They want people to stop talking about them. Indeed, as recently as this week, Carney has continued his defamation campaign by publicly and falsely describing our clients as cop killers. I don't know if I've said that this week, but I've certainly said that many times. And bragging that
he definitely did in the one video where he just repeated it as they were walking down the street. That's funny. I like how he's just this whole live right here is awesome. Like I wish Emily's drama free, so the first half probably good she missed that when we get to the important smart people stuff.
Just want to shout out
real drama. Like this is just the kind of drama that I can like sink my teeth into, where it's like the drama that doesn't matter, where it's like, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so on Twitter and this, who's operating this burner account, like that stuff I can't care. I can't get myself to care about. But like this is real drama. Oh, hey, Fervy Ferv.
Fervy Ferv is in the, I don't know.
Watch Fervent's new song.
We're taking bets on whether Fervent is male or female.
Fervent's a guy.
Damn it.
Did I ruin the bets?
No more bets. Bets are off.
I was going to put $20 on both.
I know, but Emily ruined it before we got to the debt. Before I got everybody money.
He had exposed who the
It's
fuck
like when
they
I
are
try to give
and
a
what they
present to somebody and I'm like, I have a surprise for you. It's a mug.
You just give it right away.
Yeah, I can't keep secrets.
Dean does that too. Dean's bad about that too. It's just
you watch
terrible
Fervent's
with
new
surprises.
song if we have time at the end.
we can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's check out
look it
Fervent's
up.
song.
Let me look at it. up while we watch.
God forbid.
It's so
God forbid. Based on his documented conduct, and any such appearance on your show presents a concrete risk that specific false and legally actionable statements about our clients will be broadcast on your platform. Notice that he has yet to mention the most important fact here, that Karen Reed has been acquitted of these crimes, and therefore John O'Keefe's killers are free. Your platform's potential legal exposure. We draw your attention to the well-established principle that a broadcaster...
Sorry, are you talking about the AJ? Which one is it?
No, I'm talking about the one with Michael Cox and Kelly Dever.
All right, I got it.
Oh wait, I forgot I had confetti. Yay, we got 1,000 viewers.
That was the cutest little confetti.
Here's an Oscar.
I had a feeling it was going to happen today. That's why I mentioned it when I started. I was like, I had a really funny feeling today was going to be the day. But I appreciate everybody being here. Let's listen to this little reading, and then we're going to listen to a fervent song.
Or publisher who permits a third party to defame another with knowledge or reason to know of the defamatory character of their statements may itself be liable for the harm caused. Chapter, what is it? 270? That platforms are not responsible for the speech of people on their platforms. Is that chapter? Forget it. I forget. I used to know that one real well.
Yeah, Colby.
But no, he's
John
not
DePietro's an
responsible
idiot.
for that. Okay?
I have devil horns.
You're allowed to have people on to share their opinions, regardless
an
of whether or
angel.
not they're controversial. And if you feel...
What? Oh, you got the good and evil battle?
Mm-hmm.
She's on both shoulders.
I think what I have to celebrate.
All right, here we go. Let's bump over to this since we got bored.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Into my office, got you flowers and some chocolate. I don't really do this often, but I think we need some talking. First off, is it Deva or Diva? I think I have liver fever, but before we take this deeper, I need to know if you're a keeper. What did you see in the salad bowl? Are you sure it's something you need to report? I got an idea, I hope you agree. How about you blame it on a false memory? When the feds came, why did you sing? You should've knew better and gave me your ring. Know this and know this only. Before you go and give your testimony, Officer Deva, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Oh, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Oh, do the right thing. Don't get it twisted. This ain't a bribe, but if you tell the truth, there goes that 9 to 5. No more 6-figure salary. If you say what you saw on that Sally Port screen, I have your back. Unless they ask me some questions, I'll have your back. Until I throw you under the bus, I'll have your back. Let this be a lesson, I'll have your back. Really means I won't have your back. When the feds came, why did you sing? You should've knew better and gave me your ring. Know this and know this only. Before you go and give your testimony, Officer Deva, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Oh, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Oh, do the right thing. Unfortunately, Kelly, you're the only one going down. There won't be a public records lawsuit that will expose me or anything.
That was funny.
Isn't it so
Well
good?
done. Yeah, I really like that one.
I love it.
Yep. Love the Karen Reed related materials is awesome. It's like a nostalgic thing, you know?
Yeah, and it's a fun way to learn, you know? Like there's all these Instagram accounts that's like they teach you things through song, like how the Panama Canal works and stuff like that. It's the same thing. It's like you put it to a little beat and like it's so easy to learn.
How the Panama Canal works. You're not.
I made the video for the Welcher song that Fervent made, and yesterday's news was mad that I didn't make it more informative. That was what brought up the whole, like, did you know this? Did you? It's like, yes. And I also know that this was just a parody song. And I was being silly. And I made AI videos of him painting his face blue. So I'm pretty sure that the audience understands that that's not really what happened in court.
And plus, like, since when are you interested in like what is actually real anyway? On actual evidence.
When did the truth start bothering you? That's what we need to know.
Yeah, we've given you plenty of evidence that you've chosen to ignore. So I don't think you have a place to criticize.
Let's get 10 more minutes of Nikki Rackett's little preach session. It's good. A little legal advice, a little legal ease or law tubing. I think he's building his way back. Dean, did you? There's a section of this show that I think you would like when he explains like what actually happened with his
Cooter.
kids. Yeah.
Cooter stepped away.
Oh, Cooter. He hears me. He's smoking. I know what he's doing.
Okay.
Oh, Cooter.
What were they covering up?
Cooter.
What were they covering up?
Yeah,
Because maybe-
Cooter.
Here's the thing. Maybe they didn't mean to kill him. Maybe it was just a drunken fist fight gone bad because someone fell and hit their head. Maybe a dog attacked for some other reason. Maybe a dog misperceived something, attacked the guy, he fell and hit his head on a cement step or something like it. Who knows? Maybe it was worse. Maybe it was an intentional murder. Maybe there was infidelity. Maybe there was infidelity and someone was jealous. Maybe there was supposed to be some consensual infidelity that ended up not happening and someone got mad. Maybe there were drugs. Maybe they didn't want their house searched. Who knows? Literally, who fucking knows? These are things that should have been sussed out in a proper investigation. But instead we got Michael, wish my cock would have rocked her Proctor, going through someone's phone and sharing their intimate details with other people rather than looking for the murderer of his colleague.
Yes. Yes. Give us the drama. Shout out Dr. Pepper.
This is what we ended up with. Insufficiency, incompetence, but only if you're ignorant and believe that it wasn't intentional from the Canton police. This is what we get. Maybe it was a jealous boyfriend of someone who already had a boyfriend. Maybe she was trying to make her boyfriend jealous because he had made her jealous a couple times. Maybe John's making out in a hotel lobby with quote unquote that slut. I don't know. I don't know if that's a quote, but I'm going to say it now. John making out with a random chick in a hotel lobby might have made Karen Reed a little bit upset. And maybe Karen Reed started flirting with a very cool man named Brian Higgins. The absolute worst
Very cool, man.
texting gamed homie I've ever seen. The man with no plan. The man who cannot execute. The man who can't even say you're cute. Brian fucking Higgins.
You're hot.
Less
He can be so
game
sweet.
than a 5th grade backgammon tournament. You hot. What would happen if I come over? Oh, we'd probably sit on the couch and watch Netflix and you could pound my brains out. Get over here, Higgins. Well, I don't know if I should come when we kiss.
Sorry. But that happened and it scared Higgins to death.
He's
That's
like,
what-
wait, I think she
Karen
actually
was like,
come.
when Karen was like, I know what grown-ups do. Like, I'm up for that. And he
No,
was like,
she said-
what? Oh.
She said, come have a drink. And he said, you know what come have a drink means? And she's like, yes, I'm an adult.
Right.
Get over here. He's like, oh, I can't find my keys to my 4 cars.
I don't know my own address. Sorry. It's just somewhere. When Karen said, should I just drive around West Roxbury calling out your name?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm driving there. Tell me where to go.
Wasn't that when he didn't text her back for like 2 days? She scared the shit out of him. He thought he was going to have to go over there. He got scared, Higgy.
What a fucking
And then
loser.
to see him
Ah!
now. Shit.
The worst. But maybe Brian Higgins got tired of him cock blocking himself and decided to blame John. Maybe Brian Higgins got in a fight with John that night. Don't know. We don't know. But it's reasonable to ask these questions. It's reasonable to say, hey, this person had motive or opportunity, or motive and opportunity, motive, opportunity, and proximity. That's starting to look like a motherfucking murder. People have been convicted for less. Higgins should be convicted for those texts. For those texts alone. My God, man. Get over there. Put a kiss on her butthole or whatever. She's begging him. She's like, please, please. Come over. Core me like a pineapple. Ah! Sorry, working late. But that aside, it is perfectly reasonable for everyone to go, Karen didn't kill him. Who did? Who did?
And if you're new here, don't forget that I have the redirect set. Or you can't forget because you never knew. I have the redirect set. So I'm going to drop all these people in Turtleboy's chat. So whenever it's about time for him to go live, we'll end this and we'll all go in there together.
What do you mean, these people?
Yeah, those people. Me and those people. Well, except for Emily C, because some people don't get redirected for some reason.
People are
You
held
have
back.
Just
to
left
have like the
without us.
autoplay on.
There was
that
like
feature
5 of
to
us.
Go to the next video.
It happens almost every time. There'll be 2 or 3 people just still wandering around in the chat while I'm in the studio, and it's like, oh
I
shit.
don't know why. Something about it was so fun. I was laughing so hard for no reason. We were just like all still here in the chat being like, should we go over now? And then I like opened it on my phone. It was like 15 minutes into Aiden's show already. We were just still in the chat.
Not as funny as the time I forgot to set the redirect. Yeah. And I was
Oh, that was bad.
just sitting there waiting on it to redirect everybody, and they're like, where and when are we going? I was like, oops.
Yeah, someone said it feels like
These
the
people are trying to
rapture
say you
when you
can't
get
do
left behind. It's
You might have a
true.
little exposure. Tim Pool, back to the letter. Back to the letter. Back to the letter. We always got to go back to the letter, of course. That is the theme of tonight. And I'm sorry if you were expecting a fast read through. You should know by now that that's not what we do here. We take things slow. Like a Brian Higgins marriage proposal, this is going to be a little bit. Okay, here we go. Oh, God.
I can't believe this shit, bro. My family is from Boston. What would Johnny Tremaine Albert?
Defamation law. It also has to do with some specifics around the republication, rebroadcast. Now, notice I'm saying republication and rebroadcast. That's because cough, and Beater misrepresents the law in this letter. They're fucking liars, and they know it. That's the worst part about lawyers is they know when they're lying about this shit. They misrepresent the law here. They're going to say that if Tim Pool airs statements by Turtleboy that end up being defamatory, that Tim Pool is liable. And they're going to use an improper chain of reasoning and a
What is that?
Someone just said the lip color.
Oh, what color is it?
You think I have some fancy 420 something? No. It's called Happiness. It's lip blush by Pixel.
Nice. Living lavish.
I also use lipstick called a penis. A penis. Sorry.
Let's go back to this one. We already, I think we finished. Jimmy finished it, didn't he? Or is he still going?
No,
Okay.
Jimmy read it pretty quick.
Yeah. Which means it's not very long, but it takes Nikki Rackets 6 hours to read.
Oh, I love the items we're selling today.
On
Oh, did you
saw
see
that.
the
It's
products?
all turtles.
I've tried everything. There's
Various
nothing
turtles.
contact. Nothing I haven't tagged yet, and I still have not sold one thing on the affiliate program.
Somebody buy that Turtles candy. That looks good.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna start tagging some diet breaker stuff in there. See if that'll spark it up. It's probably gonna collapse YouTube. So if you wake up tomorrow and YouTube is not here anymore, somebody bought an item that I tagged on one of my videos. So
Next time you need Dr. Pepper coconut cream.
yeah, I've tagged every Milwaukee tool, all types of personal items. So
Those tools are friggin' $1,700. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you think is happening here?
I remember when you were selling personal massagers.
Oh yeah, he was doing that too.
Yeah, I did that, and organic
tampons with honey in them. Like what?
Tampons with honey in them.
They said they had honey.
Tim Pool's
I was like,
platform,
what?
you can sue me. But the problem is they're already suing me. And they're trying to make him scared that they're going to sue him too. And he doesn't know shit about this. So that's why we're giving Tim Pool an education into this. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, Tim Pool's tweet clearly tells us he won't be silenced or threatened. He's gonna. I'm telling you right now, he's not gonna like this. The principle applies with particular force, whereas here the host has advance notice of a guest's established pattern of defamatory conduct. So says you. The restatement of torts provides that one who repeats or otherwise republishes defamatory matter is subject to liability as if he had originally published it, but he's not the one repeating it. I am. Further provides that one who broadcasts defamatory matter by means of radio or television is subject to the same liability as any other publisher.
Yeah.
Courts applying these principles have consistently held that a platform's liability is not turned on whether it's generated the defamatory statement, but whether it's brought. You have no idea how many people went online and said Karen Reed is a murderer. No idea. She's been convicted of the same crimes that the McAlberts have been. Nothing. Well, DUI. Chris has one of. I mean, Chris doesn't have one, but probably would have if he had.
it seems to me like Chris had another little incident where he possibly ran over somebody with a car and then went home, sobered up, and then turned himself in. Come on now. The going home part after the accident should have been like a really steep sentence. But they were like, oh, no big deal. His cop brother brought him in, turned himself in.
Also, I feel like we don't talk enough about the fact that he lived at 34 Fairview when that happened.
What do you mean he lived there?
Like he grew up in that house.
Oh, that
so,
was
that was the house when he went home to that house.
Yeah, childhood home or mid-teenager home or whenever they moved there.
Yeah.
And then they sold it really quick.
And moved to a dumpy townhouse right down the street from me that I drive past every day.
Ooh.
So
Across
weird.
the street from a gas station and a liquor store. You don't move from like a nice, quiet suburban street that your parents built the house and it has a pool and a quiet backyard and blah, 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 over to this dumpy townhouse across the street from the gas station and the liquor store on the busiest street in our town.
Right.
And then that's crazy. Nothing suspicious.
Actually stopped
at all.
instead of fleeing the scene.
It does
when
have
he
like a
killed Peter
private
Berger.
parking lot, which I assume is why that's why
In West Virginia.
Their townhouse has a private parking lot.
It's
So
like a little like inlet. Like it would be weird if somebody, because one of them, I'm not even going to say like who, but one of them was behind me the other day when I turned onto that street and they pulled behind me and I looked in my rear view and I was like, oh my God. And then they turned into the parking lot. So it's like not.
Heart rate go up?
Yes. It was like really. And then I was like, oh my gosh. But it is like kind of smart of them where you can't see them like walking into their apartment. Like it's, I mean, it's not private, but it's,
Yeah, so
it's
they
more private than a house.
It's a
little
back
bit of
end.
shield,
Yeah.
That's bad when you have to choose your living quarters based on where people have a good camera angle of you.
They're also
what
right
happens?
next to Guarino's pastry shop, which is Nicholas Guarino's family's pastry shop, which is actually very good.
Shout out Guarinos.
So they're
Not
doing
really,
so
but
they've
sure.
done this letter right here probably cost them $5,000 to write.
Not really.
This is like a $5,000
Like, it's
letter.
very
The amount
good.
of
I just
research
want
they
to
put
give
into
them a
this letter
shout
and
out.
time. They really don't want me talking, bro. $5,000 they probably spent on this. In West Virginia, Crump versus Beckley newspapers reaffirmed that the publication to a third party is the operative act giving rise to defamation liability, and all participate in that publication bear responsibility proportionate to their involvement and knowledge. The Fourth Circuit held similarly, where the court concluded that publishers have reason to know that they should refrain from publishing the statements at issue or not shielded from defamation actions. We acknowledge that platforms hosting live or real-time programming have invoked certain defenses in this area of law. But those defenses are grounded in the absence of advance notice and the impossibility of meaningful editorial review. So, lesson learned here. Next time, what would they have done if I just went on? What would they have done if I just went on and not said a word? Now, lesson learned. Don't say a word. This is going to happen every time I try to do a live show in a theater. I know this is a fact because they're doing it already. And anywhere, if I announce I'm doing a show somewhere, I have to sell tickets. So I got to announce it, right? What do you think they're going to do? They are going to try to make it impossible for me to talk to large audiences about this. It wouldn't surprise me if they used Google to try to get me kicked off YouTube. What is the difference? I mean, what is the difference? Right? Why aren't they sending a letter like this to YouTube? If Tim Pool hosted me on his show and I said the things that I say on my channel, then they're going to sue him, right? So why aren't they suing YouTube? Because I don't.
Good question. All right, this is sent from somebody. Let's see what this says right here before we give it to Dean for a second.
It's like they've murdered, concealed the murder of, and framed Karen Reed for the murder of John O'Keefe. What if it looks like that? Because I watched the trial and it looked like that to me. Our clients have endured years of harassment. No, they haven't. Threats. No, they haven't. And reputational destruction because they did what every citizen. Oh, shit. This is a bad statement. Holy fuck. All right. Aiden, I'm not your lawyer, but that's a gift. This is a gift. Listen to this sentence. I'm going to read it in full. Our clients have endured years of harassment, threats, and reputational destruction. Why? Because Aiden said something? No. Because they did what every citizen is asked to do. They came forward, told the truth, and cooperated with law enforcement. That is their damages were caused by their knowing choice to come forward and tell the truth in a public trial. Not because Aiden said something.
The truth.
They did something. That is gold.
Gold it is.
Love it.
All right, I got to let Dean shout out the store. So,
Already.
Quick one.
Quick one. Okay. Just had to make sure my mic was on. Guys, this is the new merch store. Mods better be spamming the link in the chat. Guys, check this hoodie out. Look at this hoodie.
Wait, I like the third one.
We'll check out the third one. Just wait. We got this hoodie. It is a Rat House Media Winx Edition hoodie, guys. $55. It comes in chestnut. It comes in cypress. And, of course, it comes in the classic black. You can get it in 3XL, 2XL, XL, large, medium, and small. Let's go and check out the third listing, guys. Ooh, look at this. This is a pullover. It's a nice pullover. Look at that. It's got the Rat House Media logo right there. Guys, check it out. It comes in black, classic black. It comes in desert dust. Look at that. That's a beautiful color. It's got the Rat House Media American flag right there on the left-hand side of your arm. This one, if you're a little bigger, like 3XL, there might be. Guys, come on. I'm shilling here. There is something on the back, guys. It's the same fucking logo. It's on the back. Desert dust. It also comes in heather gray, guys. If you're larger on the very large rotund size, this isn't going to be the one for you guys. This one only comes up to 2XL. But if you're XL, large, medium, small, it's going to work for you guys. But of course, the creme de la creme, the best shirt to ever be made. It's like the magnus opus of shirts all around. This is your Dean and Danny do the internet. Guys, you're going to want this. Me and Danny look like Beavis and Butthead characters. We're on motorcycles. We do the internet. Guys, this comes in classic black. It comes in navy. And it also comes in charcoal. I didn't know that was a color, guys, but it is. But this one, good news, guys. If you're really fat, it comes in 3XL. It comes in 2XL. It comes in XL, large, medium, small. Buy it in all sizes. Buy it for your friends. Buy it for your neighbors. Buy it for Christmas. Buy it for yourself in every fucking size. Buy it. Buy it. Give Danny money. Buy it.
Good one. Good
Buy
one.
it for your fat friends. Why are you
Yeah.
pointing at me?
There is the 4X on the other Danny and Dean shirt.
There
And
is
Dean-
the 4X. I'm just not. I like the one because we're on motorcycles. The other one,
Yeah.
we're not on motorcycles. So I
Yeah.
don't like shilling that one as much. But buy it. Buy it. Do it. Give Danny all your money.
Merch sales are through the roof since the Beavis and Butthead shirt came out.
Dude, it's the best shirt I've ever fucking seen, dude. Best shirt I've ever seen, ever, hands down.
Yeah. All of that's a lie. It's just make believe. Well, it should be a good Turtleboy show. That was a good pregame. That always predicts what's coming down the pipe. I like it more on Saturday night myself. Sunday is kind of weird because I have to work the next morning.
Yeah, I like the Saturday.
Mary B has to read your super chats. Don't forget.
Oh, there's no way we can finish these. No way, but we can try. Oh, Dean's here. You gonna do them quick?
Am I gonna? Is it me or Mary B? I showed Mary B. Oh, I mean, yeah, sure, I'll read it. Dusty Rose, LA. I love having these jobs, guys. It's the only thing giving me money. For $4.99 says testing the goals.
It was working. fine.
Winks and Wilts for $20 says yay for goals. Nancy S D5X for $4.99 says we all have goals. Sideway laughing emoji.
I think we pretty much gonna get just every super chat is gonna be about confetti or about the goal.
Well, pick the ones that don't say confetti or goals.
Yeah, skip over the goals ones.
Okay, here we go.
Cajun Butterfly for $19.99 says trophy fund with a sparkling heart emoji. Thunder 1966 for $9.99 says for Boss Rat Splinter to get help, get toy something special. Sorry, I stumbled on those words. Confetti emoji. Winks and Wilts for $10 says congrats to Toy and Danny. 21 years coming up is no joke. Also, you better celebrate your 1 year Rat House Media anniversary too.
June 9th, 1 year birthday for the Rat House.
Yeah.
Short Stack, there's two A's there, Stack, for $4.99 says, hey, what's up, everybody? All right, skip the rest of that. GC Carls for an Australian $7.99. That's about $2.99 American currency. Everyone, remember, do not watch Turtleboy tonight. Winking tongue out emoji.
All right. Well, that's the last one. That's all we have time for.
Wait,
and
I
that's-
just remembered I have my little chat rat avatar.
Oh, it's so cute.
Aw.
Yeah, let me blow it up so people can see it. Well, I gotta get this off the screen. Hold on. All right. Get on there.
Yay!
so
Look
cute.
at
There
my
we
little
go.
avatar.
Lots of people have.
Woohoo.
Lots of people have them. There's mine.
Oh,
Mary B's got one. I'm sure
Mhm.
Dean has several.
Dean's isn't
Yeah, I have,
there.
yeah, I have two, but I'm not logged in, so all I have is this.
Womp womp.
Perfect. All right, the outro song is going to kick ass. Say goodbye to your friends. It's time to go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank
friends.
you so much for joining tonight.
Congratulations on 1,000.
Yes, thank you. That's probably because thank you
Congrats.
for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for
We
having
really
me.
appreciate it. All right, people, let's go ride some turtles.
Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. Pressure build, detonate, tick, boom. Too late now, can't moderate. Just camouflage, let's go. Everybody talking, nobody compose. You should've just let me be, but nah, you knew what I do. Who I am, you know who I am. Tick, tick, tick. Robbing and weaving where you telegraph hate. Flash bows pop every time I breathe. Whole world watching, enjoy those front row seats. Say my name, watch the algorithm screen. Turtleboy! You drama sales on the fumes of my pike tails. Free clickbait for all the mirror ultimate. Bum for town clownies. Better all town clownies in the cheap seats. I built this house, you built noise, I built proof. Woo. Time to raise this roof. Time to expose the hard truth. Now the spotlight stuck on you. Oh, po baby boo. Tick, tick, tick. Oh. Truth hit the wrong. Staying clear. Tick, boom. Funny now, they fear. Tick, boom. Flash bows. Nope, no escape. Tick, boom. Clock ran out on fake. Receipts stacked like bricks on file. You throw stones, I archive wild. Smear campaign, panic press, but facts don't bend the cognitive dissonance. You had to poke the turtle, you know I'm a snapper, right? You about to. You should've just let me be. Damn people, you knew better. Tick, tick, boom. Pressure build, detonate. Tick, boom. Too late now, can't moderate. Tick, boom. Camouflage, case closed. Everybody talking, nobody compose. Should've just let me be. Tick, tick, boom, tick, boom, tick, 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 boom, tick, tick, boom, tick, tick.